Nick thought that the Patriots were going to win it all last year.
Super Bowl 53. You and Chandler in Old Hall, you guys called the Patriots are awful. What are you talking about? And I said, okay, you have to
They
have hope in
were
the best team in the
awful.
league. According to Chandler, what are you talking about?
I never said they're gonna win it all. I think they're gonna be
I think they're barely gonna miss the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
I think
Nick,
they're gonna
aren't
make
you the
it.
kid who picked Texas A&M to win our March Madness bracket a couple
And they
times?
got to the Sweet 16 that year.
Wow, Nick, that's great.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the third episode of the Nosebleeds podcast. And today we'll be discussing our predictions for the NFC for the NFL. We'll be discussing our regular season predictions and who we think is going to end up making the playoffs. I'm Nick Antonakis, and I'm lucky to be joined by Andrew Donis, who just sneezed. He's here for our second time. And newcomers, we got Chris Scamus and we got Pietro Broca. So what's up, guys? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so on our last episode, we discussed our AFC predictions. So if you haven't seen that already, go check it out. And today we'll be discussing the NFC. And before we started recording, we had a little bit of a preview with the NFC North. So I feel like this is going to be a little bit controversial. So we'll start with the NFC North. Pietro, do you want to open it up? Because you are a Bears fan, so we'll let you open this one up.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the Lions, who I have coming in fourth place in the NFC North. Last year, the Lions went 3-12-1. I'm predicting a 5-11 record this year. On defense, they lost guys like Darius Slay. They did draft Jeff Okudah, who's a good replacement for that. He'll be a good number one cornerback. They also added Desmond Trufant and on defense and Jamie Collins. And on the offensive side of things, they're getting Matthew Stafford back, and they also added DeAndre Swift, who I thought was the best running back in the draft. So they are definitely improved from 3-12-1, but I still feel like the weapons on offense, they basically have Kenny Golladay, and that's it. They don't have anyone else. Offensive line isn't great.
Oh, Amendola is not good.
Amendola's.
I like Amendola, but, you know.
Amendola is good in the fourth quarter on the Patriots in the playoffs, and that's it. No good at all.
Exactly. He was good on the Patriots because he had a good coach, but Matt Patricia just tries to get every former Pat, and it has never worked out. So,
yeah, same thing. They also took Jamie Collins, who was great in the past, but you never know. He might not work out. The past experiences with past players going to the Lions have not been great. And then next I have coming in third, we have the Vikings at 9-7. This offseason, I thought they had the worst offseason up until the draft of any team in the NFC North. They lost Stephon Diggs, Xavier Rhodes, Trey Waynes, Everson Griffin, Mackenzie Alexander, and Andrew Zendejo. So they pretty much lost their top three cornerbacks, their best player on offense, and only added Tajay Sharp. That was their only good free agency acquisition, who's at best a third-string wide receiver. But they kind of followed that up with a good draft. They drafted Justin Jefferson, who should be their Diggs replacement. I think that's still a big downgrade from Diggs to Justin Jefferson. Andrew Donis is wimmissing over there. I guess this is because they took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Guessing this has to do something with that. Donis,
no comments. Just if we got rid of our slot guy, Nelson Aguilar, for obvious reasons. He was terrible. But I just don't get why if we're going to trade for Marquise Goodwin, have Deshaun Jackson, and draft another speedy guy who runs like a 4-3. Why would we take a speedy guy instead of a slot guy who can just replace the one we just lost? And why
we made up for it with
Jalen
a great
Hurts was
second-round
discussed.
pick, though. Great second-round pick.
Great.
Jalen
Oh,
Hurts.
yeah, we made up for it.
Yeah, that was legendary.
I went into that on the first episode of this podcast.
All right, who do you –
So,
yeah, if you haven't seen our first episode of the podcast where we discussed the draft, Andrew went in depth on his emotions attached to the Eagles picks. So go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Who do you got in second, Pietro?
I have the Bears and the Packers both finishing at 10-6. So I think that's pretty much a toss-up.
Oh, all right.
The Bears and the Packers play Week 17 this season at Soldier Field. So I'm guessing whoever whoever gets the top seed in that division is probably going to come down to that Week 17 game. I'll start with the Bears. This offseason, I mean, their biggest acquisition was obviously Nick Foles. Nobody really knows how that's going to work out. If the Bears get anything close to Philadelphia and Nick Foles, as Andrew knows, they'll probably be great team. If they get anything close to the Jaguars, Foles,
Cohen
will not go that well. But
Tariq Cohen should watch out his Instagram lives.
Yeah. And then other than that, they added Robert Quinn across from Khalil Mack. That probably makes the best front seven in the NFL, in my opinion. They added Jimmy Graham, Ted Ginn on offense. They didn't really lose much. They lost Prince Amukamara, HaHa Dix, who weren't amazing last year. So I think the Bears are the biggest boomer bust team in the NFC this year. I think their ceiling is even 2018. They won 12-4 with Trubisky starting. So I think their ceiling is 12-4, 13-3, even if Nick Foles plays well. But I could also see them going down to 7-9 or 8-8 like last year if the quarterbacks don't play out well. And then the Packers probably had the worst draft in the North. First round, probably the most shocking pick of the first round. They wanted Jordan Love, the quarterback. They not even just drafted him, they traded up for him. So that was a pretty shocking move, especially with Aaron Rodgers not happy. I saw some Aaron Rodgers to the Bears rumors floating around, but I don't think those really mean much.
Oh, God.
And then second round, for some reason, they decided to go A.J. Dillon, who I thought was a great running back out of BC, but they have Aaron Jones and Williams ahead of him, so it's more of – I feel they're only going to use him on the goal line. He's not going to have a big impact on the team. And yeah, during the offseason, they didn't really do much in free agency. They lost Jimmy Graham. Brian Balaga was a big loss, one of the best tackles in football. And they added Devin Funchess, who shouldn't really affect much. He was out all last year anyway. So that's what I have in North.
Yeah, so I would say some pretty fair predictions. I have the Packers actually finishing in first, running away with the division. They're going to go 11-5. They have a pretty tough schedule this year. That's why I have them going 11-5. And plus, like Pietro said, they didn't really gain too many pieces that they should have gained in the offseason. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to be pretty much the same as they were last year, if not a little bit worse. And then while everybody else really just got better. So I have them going 11-5. In second place, I have the Vikings going 10-6. Despite the loss of Stephon Diggs, I feel like they're still going to be a pretty solid team. I feel like Jefferson.
Though. I mean, they lost a lot of players this year.
I know, but Diggs was their big loss on offense, in my opinion. And adding Jefferson to the mix, I feel like he can slip in for Diggs there, and then Thielman will just move up to wide receiver 1, and then Jefferson at 2. So obviously a big loss, but I don't think it's anything detrimental for them. They'll still have a winning season at 10-6. Then in third, I have the Bears going 7-9. I'm sorry. I know you're a Bears fan, but I don't see the Bears doing that great. I mean, Mitch being gone would be better, I guess, or at least hoping that he's not going to start over Foles. But, yeah, I mean, Foles, I don't think he's a huge step up from Mitch. I mean, he's a step up, but he's not a huge step up. He didn't play great in Jacksonville. So there's that. They'll go probably 7-9. And then I have the Lions in last. I have them going 2-14. I went game by game.
Did you say 2-14?
Yeah, I went game by game.
2-14, I think.
Wait. I went game by game. So this is what happens, because in the last one too, I had some bold records. Like, I think I had 2 1-15 teams, just because there was not enough wins to go around. I know that's what happens when you go game by game. That's what I'm saying. But
I went game by game. Have that.
I know, but you
also
have
the Lions
weird
winning
intellect,
the division, Chris.
so that's probably what that is. Yeah, you have the Lions winning the division. So
I think they're a great team.
Okay, wait. We'll get to you next.
We'll get to that.
I only have the Lions beating the Jaguars and the Redskins. Those are the only 2 teams that I think they're going to beat. they had a good draft, obviously, but that's not going to be enough to put them as a number one, even anywhere close winning the NFC North. There's no way that's going to happen. I mean, maybe they have I would say they have a 10% chance of not finishing in last. But other than that, they're still the Lions. They're still not good. They're looking to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. Okuda was a good pickup, but he's not going to be ready to carry the Lions out of the dumps yet.
It's not going to be better than Darius Slay either.
Yeah, exactly. That Darius Slay loss was huge. All right, Chris, let's hear your reasoning behind the Lions winning the division. I'm excited to hear this one.
Not only do they have them winning, I have them going 12-4. I think they're going to be pretty
God.
Oh,
my God.
Yeah, I mean,
how?
I don't know. I think they have a great team. Stafford's back, who I think he's pretty good. He's solid. I mean,
Stafford has a back made of glass. He's going to be out within the first 5 weeks, dude.
If he's out, then that's a different story. But right now, he's in. So
okay, all right, fair.
So, I mean, Kenny Galladay is a great receiver. I love Kenny Galladay. And then Amendola, I think is pretty good. I know you guys don't think so, but
no, he's average. He's average.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a solid wide receiver 3 and a meh wide receiver 2.
All right, Marvin Jones is there. He's good.
Okay, but besides them.
Yeah, they're good, though. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's all you have. How are you going to win the division with that?
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Who do you have in second?
Okay, in second, I got the Packers at 10-6.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then I got in third, I have the Bears at 8-8.
Oh, God.
And then
how bad do you have the Vikings?
I have them at 5-11 because they lost their whole team. I feel like there's no way they can come back right now. I mean,
I could see the Vikings doing really bad this year. I don't think
I could see them
Kirk
tanking.
Cousins. I wouldn't see them tanking. They're paying Kirk Cousins an insane amount of money to be tanking.
Not tank. I can see them just being terrible, but
yeah.
How though?
I could see their floor being that. It's probably not likely. I would see them more as like a 8-8, 9-7 team.
Yeah.
They still have Daniil Hunter, still a top 10 edge rusher in the NFL. They still have Thielen. They still have Dalvin Cook's probably a top 5 running back when he's healthy.
Definitely.
And Justin Jefferson. They still have a good team. Their defense isn't going to be great. And
plus the Lions have Kerryon Johnson. He's good.
He's terrible. He was supposed to save my fantasy team, and he did the opposite.
He did pretty good. I mean, yeah.
Lions, DeAndre Swift is interesting for the Lions, though. I could see him being. He could win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he does really well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
He's the best running back in the draft.
I mean, it was a controversial pick to say the least, I would say, to win the division. But it could. I mean, no, it couldn't happen. But I mean, we'll stay with it for now. I say maybe next we move on to the NFC East. Donis, do you want to kick us off, being the Eagles fan? Oh shoot, yeah, you didn't even go. What the hell am I saying? Okay, go back to the NFC North. Donis, give your 2 cents.
I have the Packers going 11-5. They play the NFC East, which no, they don't, but they do play the Eagles. I think they what am I saying? They do play the Eagles. I think that's going to be a toss-up. It's back at Lambeau. Last time at Lambeau, the Eagles won. They won because Aaron Rodgers threw an interception with 13 seconds left or something. So that'll be a good rematch. But they were really not a good 13-3 team last year. They led the Lions, who were 12, for a total of 0 seconds for the whole season, I believe. I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure they won both of their games on last-second field goals as time expired to beat the Lions. So it just shows that 13-3 is kind of a rocky stat. So I don't think they'll be that good. They didn't have a good draft. A.J. Dillon, even though I liked him, didn't make sense. But I think they'll be solid, able to win that division maybe. Second place, I have the Vikings. They were solid last year. They did win a game in the playoffs. But I don't trust Kirk Cousins enough. And they did kind of lose a lot, so that sucks. Bears, 8-8. Depends when Nick Foles starts, if he does start. Mitch is terrible.
Yeah.
So,
as a Bears fan, I can agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then I have the Lions at 6-10. Stafford makes them decent, but they can't overcome a terrible coaching situation. So,
yeah. Those are fair predictions, I would say. And now we actually move to the NFC East. And Donuts, you can start if you want because being the Eagles fan and all.
First place coming in. You already know who it is. Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz. The Ginger Sensation. 10-6. We go 5-1 in the division. We lose to the Ravens, Saints, 49ers, Steelers, Cowboys, and I don't know who else. Somebody else. But I think we're going 10-6 and winning the division. I could see us just being terrible because we get injured a lot. We don't have a cornerback too, so that could be terrible. CeeDee Lamb might turn out to be really good. And Cowboys could be good, so they could steamroll us twice. But I lost 10-6. Second place, I have the Cowboys at 8-8. They have a lot of talent, but they're gonna have to pay Dak soon. It's not a great locker room. Travis Frederick retired. That's kind of sucked for Zeke. I think they did draft his future replacement, Tyre Biadasz, center out of Wisconsin. I was mad because I wanted the Eagles to take him for when Jason Kelce retires. That's a different story. I just don't see the Cowboys being too great. They have kind of a tough schedule-ish. Giants, I think they're going to go 7-9. I don't think they're going to be that bad. Saquon is going to be healthy. I really like Saquon. He's really good. So he should give them a couple wins. And then the Redskins, I don't trust Dwayne Haskins. He sucks. He's absolutely terrible. I mean, one time in the fourth quarter last year, he just got up and left. He was talking to fans, and they have to have the backup come in and
Would you have
that was his first? I have them at 5-11.
Okay.
Oh wow, it's not even that bad.
I think they might get. That's kind of high. 5-11 is generous. They're seeing.
I have them as 0-16. So.
Oh my God!
Wow. They have Chase Young and Ryan Kerrigan. They'll be.
But who are they going to beat?
I have them. Yeah.
They're in the worst division in the NFC, so they'll win a couple.
They're in the worst division.
That's true.
They could win a
couple division games.
They could win a game against the Giants or the Cowboys.
I don't have them going that way.
Maybe
I have the. Well, all right. Donuts is gonna hate me for this. I have the Cowboys winning the division at 11-5. I see them losing to the Seahawks, the Eagles once, the Vikings, the Ravens, and the 49ers. I feel like the rest of the teams they can beat. They have a lot of talent around them, and they had a great draft on top of that, getting Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb, obviously, in the first round. That was a steal from the Eagles again. But, they had a good draft overall, and I feel like it's going to really help improve their team because although they did lose a couple of guys in the offseason, like Witten, they lost their center, whoever their center was. I forget his name.
Byron Jones.
Yeah.
Robert Quinn.
I mean, a couple big losses, but I feel like Prescott will finally pull it out of the bag this time and get them a division title. And then I have in second place, I have the Eagles going 10-6. Obviously, another average year for the Eagles. They're actually going to improve on what they did last year, even though they won the division last year. So I guess that's saying something. They're a good team overall. They also had I'm not going to say they had a good draft. They had a weird draft. Picking Jalen Hurts, obviously, that was
they had a really
way out
good
in left field.
Second half. They stole Kayvon Wallace.
Oh, true.
The first couple rounds were just horrendous.
Yeah, that is true. So and plus the addition of Darius Slay is going to be big for them. A lockdown corner that they finally get to have on their team. So I have the Eagles going 10-6. And again, I did go game by game. Just a fair warning here before I go into the last two. I have the Giants going 2-14. I feel like it's kind of harsh. I feel like their only two wins are going to be against Washington twice I really don't see them beating any of the other teams. They're not going to beat the Eagles. They're not going to beat the Cowboys. They're not going to beat the Steelers, the Bears, the 49ers, the Rams, the Bucks, the Bengals. I can even see the Bengals beating them.
They're going to beat the Rams.
No, the Rams.
Why do you think the Rams are
going to be bad?
The Rams aren't that bad. I mean, they lost a lot, but they still have like Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and stuff. And I mean, not that Jared Goff is good, but he's not bad.
Though.
They don't have it.
They have Aaron Donald. Like they're not gonna lose to the
two of their lockers. They lost Nicole, pretty terrible.
They're not gonna lose to the.
I think they're gonna be really terrible.
They're not gonna lose to the Rams. Then I haven't beaten the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Browns, and the Ravens. And then losing.
Wait.
Okay. Whoa. No. I have them losing to those teams because they're going 2-14.
Yeah.
Then in last place, I have the Redskins. I have them going 1-15. The only team I haven't picking up a win against is the Carolina Panthers. I don't even think they're going to win a division game. They'll get one over the Panthers just because. But, yeah, those are my NFC East predictions, I guess.
Yeah, Joe, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll start. So I'm kind of lower on most of these teams than you guys are. I have both the Eagles and Cowboys finishing at 9-7, tying for first. I'll start with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys could actually have one of the best offenses in the NFL. I mean, they have Amari Cooper, Zeke, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, Blake Jarwin. Those are all crazy weapons. They did lose some on the O-line, but my biggest concern is probably the new head coach, Mike McCarthy. I don't think that'll really work out. I thought after they should have gone for a more young coach, more like somebody like Cliff Kingsbury who would bring some juice to the offense. Mike McCarthy's kind of got let go in the Packers because he was kind of archaic, kind of old. I don't think he'll be able to use the weapons as well as he should. They also lost a lot on the defense, but they still have guys like DeMarcus Lawrence, Leighton Vander Esch, HaHa Clinton-Dix. They're pretty good. And then I have the Cowboys tied with them in 9-7. I think they lost a little bit on the O-line. They lost Peters and Vaitai. And they still have they're going to have much better receivers. They have Zach Ertz at tight end. He's one of the probably top 3 tight ends in the NFL.
Oh, my God, dude.
Probably. Easily top.
Hey, we'll see how Gronk does this year.
Gronk is not going to be good.
Carson Wentz, I really like Carson Wentz, actually. Obviously he would have had an MVP season if it wasn't for his injury a couple of years ago. I think that skewed. Nick Foles kind of skewed everyone's perception of Wentz because he kind of took the whole honor for that season. But, like, up until Nick Foles came in, Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in the NFL that year. And then, the Giants and the Redskins. Giants, 4-12. They're not going to be great. We'll see how Danny Dimes does. I mean, both the Giants and the Redskins have young quarterbacks. I don't think either of them will break out this year. You have, Haskins and Daniel Jones. Both they showed like a little bit of promise last year, but I haven't seen anything that makes me think they'll go anywhere better than 4-12 from that. That's it.
All right. I have the same top. I have the Eagles and the Cowboys tied at 9-7, and then I have the Giants at 2-14. And I just have them beating the Redskins twice, and then I have the Redskins at 0-16, losing.
Oh my God!
I mean, you have 1-16. Not really a difference.
Well,
15, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of true. The Carolina Panthers could beat them, I guess. So.
I think the Redskins are the worst team in the entire league, to be honest. But
Jaguars.
Yeah, I would say the Jaguars are probably worse.
I don't know.
The Redskins still have Terry McLaurin's really good. He's going to be great.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to have a solid.
Landon Collins is good. Chase Young. They'll have an okay defense. But I don't think 1-15 is, or 0-16 is gonna happen. It'll be like they'll win a couple more games than that, 3 or 4 games.
And wait, Chris, who do you have winning the division? Even though they're going to be tied in record, who do you have?
I have the Eagles.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. How about we go to the NFC West? I kind of want to save the South for last.
Okay.
Or actually, no. We'll go South because the West is probably the hardest to predict. So, Chris, you can start with the South, being a Saints fan.
Okay. So of course, first place I have the Saints. I have them going 15-1.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
Okay.
Slow down.
What?
Slow down. No.
Okay. What do you
No.
have? What do you have the Saints
I'm
at?
12-4.
Oh,
12-4.
I said 13-3. I
15.
think that'll be great.
15-1
15.
is an incredible team. It's
Yeah,
like
I think they are an incredible
beyond
team.
comprehension. They have a stacked roster and a great coach, but Drew
Yeah.
Brees is aging. His arm was weak last year in the playoffs. I like Drew Brees, don't get me wrong.
All right, say
He's
anything.
aging.
Drew Brees is the best quarterback in the league, but
Nah.
say anything happens.
Whoa! Did you
Whoa,
just say Drew
whoa.
Brees is the best quarterback in the league?
Yeah,
Maybe
I think greatest of all
maybe
time
top
too.
five.
So
For one game, you'd rather have Drew Brees over Mahomes
Yeah.
right now.
yes,
Oh my God!
No, that's wrong.
Oh my
Over
God!
Russell
That's
Wilson,
just wrong.
over Russell Wilson, Drew Brees.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, Drew Brees
What?
is the GOAT.
Drew Brees is fifth. Drew Brees is fifth. It goes Mahomes, Russ, Lamar, Rodgers,
Rodgers.
Brees.
Yeah, I agree with Don. I actually have
Deshaun
Rodgers
Wentz.
over Lamar.
I don't know how Lamar's going to do this year. I don't know if people are going to be able to figure it
I
out.
think Lamar is
You
just
figure
waiting
him
to
out.
get hurt.
Yeah,
I
if he
mean,
gets hurt
I think the
one of these
Ravens
days, he's
fall
kind of
off this
screwed.
year.
All right, wait,
The
Chris,
Ravens
who do
will
you?
fall, but they have the easiest schedule.
Oh, yeah, true. Chris, who do you have finishing second in the NFC South?
Yeah, second I got the Bucks at 13-3.
Oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
I think
15-3.
best division.
With
Whoa.
With what defense?
Actually, that's kind of true. But their offense is so – they're probably going to win all their games like 49-45, like every time.
Yeah,
I mean, if you compare the
Also-
Saints offense and the Bucks offense, I don't think the Bucks are that much better. You have
I don't
Michael
think they're
Thomas.
better. You mean
Michael Thomas is better than Mike Evans.
That's
Emmanuel Sanders, like Chris Godwin's a little bit better than Sanders.
But I
I
think
would say
Chris
he's a
Godwin's
good amount
stats are
better.
inflated because of the offense.
Kamara's way
just
better
roll
than
the
whatever the Bucks have at running back.
Yeah, the
They have
Bucks don't have a
Ronald
running
Jones
back.
and Peyton
And-
Barber.
Jared Cook is probably better than old Gronk, honestly.
I don't
Yes.
On the
Yes.
same.
I don't know.
And
Gronk
He was
Brees-
wait.
wasn't
He was
good in his last
still good in
season.
the 2018 year when he retired. He was. I mean, even though he wasn't really catching as many balls as he used to, he wasn't as much of a statistic freak, but he was still like a huge piece in the blocking game.
He had 3 touchdowns that whole season.
Yeah,
he missed a
okay,
lot
but
of games,
still,
too.
yeah, he missed a ton.
And then I would rather have Drew
He's not
Brees
gonna
right
come
now
up.
than Brady, 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right, Chris, who do you have at third?
At third I have the Falcons at 10-6.
Whoa!
Same.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I
Okay.
like the Falcons. I
I'm
just
a-
don't see them being this good.
Well, I mean I think they have the no, not the best. The number 2 wide receiver in the league right now. And Julio Jones. And then
Yeah.
He's better than Michael Thomas. I think Julio Jones is better.
I don't think so. Michael Thomas, I mean, in my opinion, he should have got MVP. I think he was really good.
Whoa.
I don't-
Oh my
think-
God.
No. No.
No, wait.
What?
I don't. That's not totally outlandish. Michael Thomas had incredible stats.
Yeah.
He did have incredible stats, but he was not the most valuable player. Michael Thomas.
Lamar Jackson had 1,000 yards
Oh,
rushing as a
yeah,
quarterback.
that's
Like,
true.
come on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a deciding.
Lamar Jackson changed
Like
the
the-
entire AFC.
I hate Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Michael
I
Thomas
that
should have
guy.
been the Madden cover. I think Michael Thomas should have been the Madden cover because I don't like Lamar, and he did break the record. So he broke
Yeah,
like a
that's
key
true.
record, receptions, not like rushing yards by a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, and then last place in the division, I have the Panthers at 6-10, and I have them going 0-6 in the division though.
That's fair.
I
I
think
could
they
see
win a
that.
division game. I think they win one against the Bucks or the Falcons, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
They have really good wide receivers. They have Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore.
Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel are not very good wide receivers. They're okay wide receivers.
They have the best
When
running
you-
back. That's why
They're good.
DJ
They're
Moore
good
is
wide
better than
receivers,
both
but they
of
don't
them.
have like a flat-out number one wide receiver.
DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel were both top 10 in receiving last year, I'm pretty sure.
what fantasy?
Not Samuel, not Curtis Samuel.
No,
I'll
no,
Google
no,
that.
Curtis Samuel wasn't.
I don't know if
Does
I
somebody
trust
else want to
Teddy
go
Bridgewater, though.
for their?
I wouldn't trust
Oh,
Teddy
no, never mind.
Bridgewater
Curtis
off of
Samuel-
5 games of
Curtis
production.
Samuel was not good.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Never mind. But DJ Moore was very good.
I don't think they had one.
I think they're a pretty good team, but they're just in the best division, so I have them losing every division game.
I don't think they're in the best division. I think they're in the second best division, maybe.
Why? What's the best?
The
Who's
NFC
better?
West.
The West. The West is by
NFC
far the
West.
It's close.
better. It's the
Okay.
West.
All right. Does somebody else want to go with who they have for the division standings?
I'll go.
I'll go for the South.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go, Pedro.
Thomas.
You go.
I'll go. All right.
All right.
Well, I have the Saints. I think when they signed Emmanuel Sanders, I was just kind of like, all right, it's over for the NFC.
So it is over.
That offense is just gonna be so good.
And good
they
defense.
have and the pass rush with Cam Jordan is pretty nice. My only concern is Drew Brees is over 40. He's getting pretty old. You never know when he hits that wall. Like last year in the playoff, they honestly probably had a better chance of Teddy Bridgewater starting that game.
I mean,
And then-
they just got Jameis Winston too, though. I think.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know if Jameis Winston's the guy or
Thank you.
Jameis
Thank
Winston
you.
gets way too much hate. He
than
gets
the
way too
interception,
much hate.
Look at his yardage. He dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
because he
yardage
chucked
is-
the ball and even in stupid situations, and then when the receiver came up and caught it, then he was
Dude,
like,
he had, like-
"Oh, thank God, I made some stats." That was not at all him.
He
Dude,
throws
I
was
like
the
70 yards to
product of the
Evans,
offense.
and that's it.
I watched one game that I watched, right? I think he threw it and he got, I think it was Mike Evans maybe. He tipped the ball like 3 times. Like it was in his hands and he tipped it 3 times and then it went into a defender's hands. And it was the dumbest interception.
I saw that was OJ Howard.
Oh, it was
I
O.J.
saw
Howard?
that.
Okay.
That was OJ Howard.
But I mean, there was a bunch of them like
He
that.
did
where
throw 29 on it.
But
he was also trying to play hero.
You don't
also
throw-
led the
you don't throw
league in
third.
dropped interceptions.
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
But he had the most
Oh
yards.
He got
God.
unlucky with the pick.
I think he'll be good in a couple of years. I think once Breeze retires, he'll be a great starter.
Yeah, I think with Breeze coaching him too right now, basically.
And Taysom Hill is not a quarterback, so
Yeah, he's just an
he's a
every
running
play.
he's a
Yeah.
He has less pass completions to the Saints than Winston has interceptions to the Saints. Just sad.
Jeez.
yeah. And then I have the Bucks. I kind of went over it earlier. I think the Saints offense stacks up pretty much as well as the Bucks offense, and the Saints have a better defense. So I have them going at 10-6. Still think they'll be a pretty good team. They'll probably win all their games against the Panthers and the Falcons. So that's 4 wins right there. And then I have the Panthers. Kind of lost a lot. Luke Kuechly retired. Try Turner left. Eric Reed, still a free agent. They could re-sign him, but their defense has probably regressed. And the offense probably got better with Teddy Bridgewater over that mess they had last year with quarterbacks. But I wouldn't really trust Teddy Bridgewater. He only had 6 good games in the past 3 years. And then last I have the Falcons 6-10. Their offense is still good. Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. And they lost Devonta Freeman, but they added Todd Gurley. But Todd Gurley, his knees just are broken. I don't think he's a good running back anymore. And then they also lost Austin Hooper. He was a big part of their offense last year, so that'll probably be missed.
Yeah, all right. Those are pretty fair standings, I would say. Donis, do you want to go next, or should I go?
I'll go. Saints, Chris, you're smoking crack. They're not going 15-1. I hate to break it to you.
I mean,
Okay, let's look at let me tell you some of the teams they play.
Okay.
Buccaneers twice. Probably one of those might be a loss.
I have them winning
Packers.
both of them.
Oh, wow.
Chargers.
That's a loss. I mean, that's a win.
49ers. Broncos. Eagles. Chiefs. Vikings. These are playoff teams.
The only team I have them losing to is the Seahawks.
They
Once.
play
No,
the
wait,
Seahawks?
you have them beating the Chiefs?
Right? Or no, was it? Let me look right now.
They don't play the Seahawks.
Oh, no, hold on. I'm thinking of something else then.
You might have them losing to the Packers. Then.
I have them losing.
I went game by game, so I'll find it.
Yeah. All right, Donis, you can continue while Chris looks up his thing.
I mean, Vikings, Chiefs, Eagles, Falcons twice, Broncos, 49ers,
Oh, no.
Bears,
Packers.
Chargers, Buccaneers twice, Packers. These are all probable and potential playoff teams. I just don't think they only lose one of those games.
I had week 11, them losing to the Falcons.
The Falcons?
The Falcons. Why are you guys sleeping on the Falcons? The Falcons finished.
Yeah, the Falcons are good.
They won.
I know, but
their
if the
last-
Saints
they
are
were
going to lose
second in the
one
division.
game, why would it be to the Falcons?
It would be to the Chiefs.
Nah, they beat the Chiefs.
Wow.
I
That's a
think they'll
bold
beat the
prediction.
I think they'll beat the
Chiefs
49ers.
have
That's bold.
Chiefs don't need
Wait,
a
what'd you
defense.
say?
They go down by 20
they don't have
points
a good
and win. They go down by 20
The
points and
Chiefs
win
do have a
anyway.
good defense.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
no, they don't.
It's not
It's okay.
bad. You
It's
can't say it's a
okay.
bad defense.
It's
Okay.
Yeah,
it
it's not bad.
works.
It's not good. I mean, the
They
Saints.
also don't have any
all
cap
over them.
space.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, they had like
Cap space.
$120 of cap space.
Yeah.
They couldn't
That's
even
It
buy
was
the
like $76
PS4.
Yeah.
of cap space until they.
PS4 for the locker room. Can't even afford it.
Oh my God.
All right. Which brings me to. That doesn't bring me to my next point. I was meant to say that like 2 minutes ago when we were talking about the Falcons. Whoops. Brings me to my next point. Falcons 10-6. They were second in the division last year.
Oh my
I
God.
think if people can stay
They were
healthy,
7-9 last
they've
year.
been the last couple of years. They've been destroyed by injuries.
can
Their
see
whole
that.
defense, boom, boom, boom. Everybody injuries. Why would they not go 10-6? Boom. They look like the defense looked like the Eagles wide receivers. Destroyed. Okay. That being said, I could see them being bad. I think Matt Ryan's really good. He went to BC, so I like him. Julio, everybody likes Julio. Good guy, great receiver. I think Julio's gonna be good. Calvin Ridley, Todd Gurley, ease the load up on. They still have Ito Smith.
I
Anybody
don't
know?
think so.
Anyway, they'll be fine. They can just don't run the reason Todd Gurley is destroyed is because Sean McVay just ran the ball with him and he had arthritis, so it just killed him.
I mean, the arthritis isn't
Anyway.
going away.
Third place.
Yeah.
He still has arthritis.
Arthritis doesn't go away. It's not.
So he still has it.
He still has it, but I think the Falcons, Dan Quinn is a smart enough guy to not just overuse him like that. So I think he'll be
Sean
solid
McVay didn't
when
use
he
him like at
rushes.
all last
Just-
year. He was preserving him the whole time for when they made their other playoff run, but then they didn't even make it there.
because the Rams are not a good team. Anyways, Bucks 9-7, good, overrated, so overrated. Brady's not going to be that good. He can put up great numbers, but that's just because all Bruce Arians does is throw the ball. Just everybody, it's like a college team. It's just everybody deep, chuck the ball. That's why there's so many picks. That's why there's so many yards.
I think Brady was on a downhill slope at the end with the Patriots, but he's going to have insane weapons this year too. So he really have Patriots.
But I don't
But
think
he's still getting older every year. He's still regressing
Exactly.
every year.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
can see him not doing good, but
it's just I don't see him, winning the division. And then
Panthers.
5-11. They have CMC. He can help them. If they still had Kuechly, this would be a completely different discussion because he would just elevate the
was
defense
shocking.
to a whole nother level. But they don't. So 5-11. Win a couple games. Won't be great. First year with Matt Rule, right? Matt Rule.
Yeah, I think so. Not 100% sure.
He's good at rebuilding teams, but not in his first year, especially not without an off season where you can actually like work with the team. Not on
New
Zoom.
quarterback too.
New quarterback, new everything. It's just everything's new. It's a bit. I think a couple of years, once retires, Breeze retires, the division lightens up. But for now, they're gonna stink.
You froze a little
Yeah,
bit.
you froze on your face again.
Oh, they're gonna stink. They suck. I don't know if you guys heard me.
What? Oh,
The audio.
It's the 3 megabytes per second Wi-Fi in this room.
oh my God. All right. For my NFC South, I also have the Saints winning the division. I have them going 14-2. Their losses are going to be they're going to split with the Bucs and then they're going to lose to the Chiefs. Those are basically the only 2 losses I see. Like Pietro said, when they signed Emmanuel Sanders, like that was like the point where you're like, oh my God, that's like the only hole that they had, just a number 2 wide receiver, and now they got Emmanuel Sanders, who could arguably be a number 1 wide receiver. So that was just a huge addition for them. And I feel like you'll put them over to the next level. I have in second place, I have the Bucs. This is going to be controversial. I have them also going 14-2.
Wow. Wow.
I have them losing to the Saints once and then the Chiefs. I feel like they're going to beat the rest of their teams. Like the Saints once, the Panthers twice, the Falcons twice, the Rams, the Lions, the Bears, the Packers, not at Lambeau, the Packers at home, the Vikings, the Giants, the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Raiders. Like I just don't feel like any of those teams are teams that they will lose to. Maybe they'll go like 13-3 or 12-4 with some fluke losses here and there, but other than the Saints and the Chiefs, those are really the only 2 teams that I really see them losing to. In third, I have the Falcons. I really wish that I could have made them better because I really do like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. They're just a great duo to have there. But I did game by game, and I had it all carry over. So I have them going 5-11. Their only wins they're gonna beat the Panthers twice, the Lions, the Bears, the Raiders, and the Chargers. Like besides those teams, I really don't see them beating like the Saints or the Bucs. Like I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe they can get one against the Bucs, but other than that, I just don't feel like this is their year. They're just in too tough of a division. Then in last place, I have the Panthers. I have them going 2-14, which is, I mean, again, kind of harsh. They have Christian McCaffrey. That's basically all really I can think of. I mean, like Andrew said before, I mean, they have Robbie Anderson. They have Curtis Samuel. They have some wide receivers who are pretty good, but the whole at quarterback is going to be questionable. Their defense is not great. We don't really know what's going on at the tight end position there. It's just a team with a lot of holes, and it's in a tough division, so I don't feel like they're going to get a single division win this year. And their only wins are going to come against the Lions and the Raiders. So, yeah, Panthers 2-14.
I had pretty much the same thing with the Bucs, but I just had them losing against the Packers also.
I don't know. I don't see them losing to the Packers just because they don't have a great offense. And I really think that would be the only thing that would prevent the Bucs from winning is if they were playing a team with like an elite offense. I mean, like their defense
can pick apart a bad defense easily.
Well, yeah, that's true, but
Rodgers doesn't really.
He's going to deal with dropped passes and stuff like that. He does kind of need a good offense.
He was good last year.
Devontae Adams is a top 5.
Yeah, they have Devontae Adams
receiver.
and Aaron Jones. Those are the only 2 people that they have.
That's pretty much
and David Bakhtiari. So you can just sit behind David Bakhtiari.
David who? Nobody even knows who he is.
He's like the best left tackle in the league.
Tackle, yeah, he's good. He holds Khalil Mack
every
play, though, at ref.
That's true. And they lost Bugala, right? Whatever his name is, Bulaga. Whatever. Bulaga, yeah. They lost him. He was a big part of their offensive line. And plus their draft was awful, so I feel like Aaron Rodgers is playing with a lot less morale than he was before. So,
Aaron Rodgers to the Chargers.
That could happen.
He should.
Don't like Justin Herbert?
Well, teach Herbert.
Do I not like Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert is a glorified Mitch Trubisky. Crazy arm talent. Crazy talent. Not that good. Misses throws, misses reads, throws, underthrows. He's like a Josh Allen, but just not as mobile.
Yeah, I guess.
I think if he learns behind Tyrod Taylor or Aaron Rodgers, he'll be good now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Aaron Rodgers would obviously be a better teacher, but I guess
Aaron Rodgers isn't a great teacher. I feel like he wants to run anyone under him out of town.
Well, I mean, if he was in a better environment where his team was like, okay, we're gonna try and win while you're here, but we also want you to teach this quarterback, tell him what you know. Like what the Packers are doing, and they're like, oh yeah, here's Jordan Love,
I think he'd like
invest in our future.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd like being in LA more than Green Bay because LA he has weapons. They think they still have Hunter Henry, they have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Versus in Green Bay he has
Austin Eckler.
Did I not mention Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
Austin Eckler's man, he's but in Green Bay he has Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, but after that it's like he was expecting them to do something for him and they just drafted his replacement. Versus with the Chargers, it's like they would actually want him to be there and want him to be their starter for a couple of years instead of – I know they would have taken his replacement of Justin Herbert, but that's because they didn't have anybody. So.
I mean, it's similar to Brady's situation in New England where he had no weapons and he went to a team like Tampa Bay in a tropical location with a lot of weapons.
Exactly. He's going to be happier in Tampa.
Yeah.
That's the wave.
That's true. All right. Well, now I guess –
We're close. There's no fun.
He froze. I don't know.
He's lagging out. All right. While he keeps lagging, we're going to move on to the NFC West. I guess I'll start it. I have the 49ers top in the division. I feel like they're going to go 13-3. Their losses this season, they're just going to be a split with the Cardinals, a split with the Seahawks, and then to the New Orleans Saints. But besides that, I feel like they're going to be just as good as they were last year. I mean, well, not just as good, maybe a little bit worse than they were last year.
Who did they lose other than Emmanuel Sanders?
They lost a couple wide receivers. They traded one to the Eagles. I forget, is it Goodwin?
They lost Marquise Goodwin.
They lost to DeForest Buckner's big.
Yeah. And obviously Emmanuel Sanders.
And Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah. So, I mean,
and
a couple
Joe
losses.
Staley retired, too. Left tackle.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that might be a bigger loss. But I feel like
and
Jimmy G is coming
gone.
back. Oh, yeah, they traded him, too, to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I feel like Jimmy G is going to come back with a fire because, he was pissed after he lost Super Bowl 54.
I don't think Jimmy G's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's good, but he's going to be playing. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but I don't think he's a top-tier quarterback. But I feel like he's going to be playing with more fire behind him just because he's motivated to get back there.
Well, without Sanders, he has –
who's he going to throw to?
Kittle
Debo?
Debo Samuel's not that good.
Well, didn't they draft a wide receiver?
They drafted
Ayuk,
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. Maybe they'll throw.
But there's so many wide receivers that got drafted. They're not all going to be good.
He's like
that's true.
He was like the seventh receiver drafted.
I don't think Ayuk is going to be good.
I think it's true. The defense is what's kind of carrying them.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Bosa is the most overrated player in the league.
Richard Sherman's getting old. Richard Sherman's washed.
Whoa.
Richard Sherman is so
They're still good, though.
Richard Sherman, yes.
Still good. Still good defense. Don't get me wrong.
Nick Bosa's a beast. Yeah,
Nick Bosa's a beast, but he should not have won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Who should have?
Then who should have?
Yeah.
I believe Josh Allen had much better stats.
Josh Allen?
What?
On the Jaguars.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah, I was like, what are you saying?
He had, pretty sure he had more sacks, more tackles. He had like the same number of turnovers, and he played less games.
Yeah, but how did
he wasn't on a great defensive line.
Yeah, I
He was
mean, if
getting,
you're
like,
if
double
you're on a
teamed.
bad team, nobody's gonna notice you as
Yeah,
much.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nobody cared. Nick Bosa was like, look at that. He's the new Joey Bosa. No, Joey Bosa's still better. He will always be better.
Well,
Nick Bosa is
I mean,
still amazing, though.
Joey Bosa,
don't get me wrong.
Joey Bosa is one of the best players in the NFL. Even if he's not as good as Joey Bosa, he can still be like an elite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think he's
as a rookie too, though.
I think he was a
Yeah.
really good rookie, but I think Josh Allen was better, and Nick Bosa gets way too much hype.
Yeah, sure.
I think it was
we'll
probably
see
just
we'll see how the D line does without Buckner.
Yeah,
Obviously, the
that's going to be
chemistry.
big. I don't know. I feel like Bosa's going to step up to the plate, especially coming off a great rookie year. I feel like he can capitalize it more than he will slump on it. In second place, I have the Seattle Seahawks. I have them going 12-4. I have them losing to the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Eagles, and the Bills. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to be a good team. Obviously, they don't – I mean, like, they have Russell Wilson, who's amazing, but they have good players. Like, I would say Lockett is good, even though he was dropping off the end of last year. DK Metcalf is going to be much better this year. He's ready to just absolutely tear the house down. They signed some veterans in tight end. They signed Greg Olsen. So, I mean, I feel like he's going to add a little bit of veteran presence to their locker room. But other than those, and maybe bringing back Marshawn Lynch, and even
Chris
if they
Carson's
don't, they
gonna
have,
be healthy.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
Chris Carson. But I mean, other than those guys, I feel like they don't have. Oh, actually, no, they have Bobby Wagner on defense. What the hell am I saying? Yeah, but I feel like they're a good team all around. But I just don't feel like they're going to match the 49ers. And plus, both of these teams have really tough schedules. So I feel like the Seahawks will finish a good year, but they won't win the division. They'll be 12-4. Then in third, I have the Arizona Cardinals going 9-7. I feel like the Cardinals had a very good draft, and they're a very good team all around. Hopefully, Kyler Murray will show up this year. They still have Fitzgerald's. Obviously, adding Isaiah Simmons to their defense will be big. And I mean, they have a good defense, and they have a good offense. It's just they've been in the toughest division in football for a long
Their
time. So I
coaches
feel like they're
also
gonna
Cliff
Hey.
Kingsbury.
The defense last year was worse than the NFL in yards allowed.
I know,
Yeah,
but they
they're
still have
Just saying.
good players on defense though.
It doesn't matter.
And now Isaiah
Yeah.
Simmons will fill a hole
Isaiah-
that some of the guys don't have to
That's
go up
true.
and cover.
Isaiah Simmons is good. He'll be good for covering Russ, especially
Yeah.
in division games.
He's like the only person who can cover Russ and play back in coverage.
So you have the
And
Rams.
plus I have the Rams going in last.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like it's a good division. That's why I thought it was the toughest division to rank. But I feel like the Cardinals are going
Chris is
to
going to
rise
have the
out of
Rams
dust
going
this year.
14-2 and winning the division.
No. They're third place for me, but I just don't think they're that bad.
All right, yeah. But
I
I feel like Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald, and possibly one of his last years.
Hopkins.
Kyler Murray.
You haven't
Yeah,
mentioned
DeAndre
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Yes.
How the
Not
hell am
gonna
I forgetting
mention-
about DeAndre? I was like thinking, I'm like, who the hell am I forgetting? DeAndre Hopkins, that's a huge player adding to the team. Like, that's just going to be a difference maker for them. And yeah, I feel like that will bring them out of the dust a little bit and finally have them not place last and finish up 9-7. And then in last, I do have the Rams. I have them going 6-10. I mean, like, you know, they didn't really gain too much. They don't have good cap space. They're just losing players. They didn't have an outstanding draft. So, I mean, it just seems like they're down from here. They just fully invested in that 2018 season to try and win the Super Bowl, but they just didn't come out with it. So I feel like it's just going to be a downward spiral from there. Not saying they're going to be like a 4-12 team or something like that. 6-10, maybe 7-9, something like that. But they do have a very tough schedule. They're in possibly the toughest division in the league. So I just don't see them coming out with a win for the division. Actually, they're just going to place last. So, yeah.
I'll go. I have the 49ers first winning. And actually, they're tied, but they're still winning. But with the Seahawks at 14-2.
Oh, wow.
I had I think they're both really good teams. They were in the Super Bowl. They have a phenomenal defense. So
Chris, you think every team is either going to be one of the greatest teams of all time or one of the worst
well,
teams?
I think that's just the NFC for me because the
It's
AFC
15
is
and
so
1,
big.
16. No,
I think the NFC is just so much better. It's like insane.
That is
The
true.
NFC
There's
is
not
much
enough
better.
wins to go around for everybody to be average.
Yeah, I mean, I
Sure.
think pretty much because I went game by game, and almost every NFC versus AFC game was a win for the NFC. It was crazy. So,
Oh, wow.
unless it was the Redskins.
what? Oh, yeah, the Redskins 0-16. But then third, I had the Rams at 9-7.
Wow,
I
you
don't
still think they're going to have a winning record?
Yeah, I don't think they're that bad. I mean, Andrew thinks they're terrible, but I don't think they're that bad.
I don't think they're that bad. I agree with you.
They have a pretty good offense. And wait, am I thinking of it's not bad. What's
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. That's what I was thinking of. He had a great this year.
Robert Woods is good.
Running
Robert
back, offensive line.
Yeah,
Jared
Quarterback?
Goff is not good.
Jared Goff's okay.
A,
He's not terrible.
a coach that can succeed without Todd Gurley into retirement.
Gurley wasn't even good though anyway last year.
A lot of those
Yeah,
things-
they didn't even have Gurley last year. That's a good point.
But yeah. So and then
The Rams,
last I have the Cardinals at 6-10. But I kind of forgot about their draft. It was a pretty good draft, so it might have changed, but still, I mean, I don't think they're that good.
I think that's a fair ranking considering how tough the division is. It's just the Cardinals and Rams are flipped for you and me.
Yeah.
I have pretty much the same. I have the 49ers a little bit lower than you guys. So I have the Seahawks winning it. The Seahawks going 12-4. And I think, you can't forget Russell Wilson. He's probably second best quarterback in the NFL. And I think there's a pretty big gap. Like you have Mahomes, Russ, and then there's a big gap. And then it's like either like Rodgers or Lamar or like Breeze. So I think him, and then they lost Jadeveon Clowney, but he's still a free agent. They might still re-sign him. I'm just gonna assume that he's gonna be back next year. And yeah, they have pretty good weapons on offense. Chris Carson.
Like him.
At the end of last season, Chris Carson and Penny were out. They were on Travis Homer as their number one running back, which is like undrafted free agent. And they were like 1 yard away from beating the 49ers and taking the 1 seed. So
yeah, that is true.
And then I have the 49ers at 11-5. I think they kind of regress a little bit with I don't think Jimmy G can carry an offense without amazing weapons. Last year he had Sanders, who's a true number one receiver. Now he doesn't really. He still has Kittle. He's probably the best tight end in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the loss in the O-line, Staley, the run game probably won't be as good as it was last year, so that kind of puts some more pressure on him. Then I have the Cardinals. The Cardinals at 8-8, third in the division. I think the offense, Kingsbury, I love his offense. It's pretty exciting. I think they can be one of the best offenses in the NFC. But the defense will probably hold them back, so I think they're only going 8-8. Then last, I have the Rams at 5-11. I do not think the Rams will be that good this year.
Yes.
They lost. Their only big addition in free agency was Leonard Floyd, who had I think he had 3 sacks last year across from Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks. So he's not. I don't think he's the best edge rusher. They lost. Clay Matthews had 10 sacks for them last year. They lost him. Also Dante Fowler, they lost him. Eric Weddle retired. Brandon Cooks, they traded him away.
Oh, Weddle retired? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Weddle retired, I think. And yeah,
Todd Gurley
He did, yeah.
Todd Gurley wasn't great last year, but they still lost.
Yeah,
him.
he did.
Their only other running backs are Darrell Henderson. Could be good. Never really know. They drafted Cam Akers. Could be good. It's a rookie. Never really know with that. But I still don't think they'll be a top team.
All right, Donis.
First place. I'm the Seahawks. Good team. They're not going to be great. You guys have them at Would you guys have them at 14-2, 13-3?
That's me.
12 and
Yeah.
4.
12-4.
They were good last year, but 12. Oh, whoops. I have them at 10-6 winning the division. I don't think they were.
6 winning the division.
Not every team goes 14-2, Chris.
Yeah, it's not the
10-6.
East though.
10-6 winning the
this
division.
is
Yeah,
the-
but this isn't the NFC
This is the,
East.
this
This
is
is
the
the
best
NFC
division
West.
in the NFL.
Yeah, it's the best division, so they have a lot of competition within their division.
Okay, even if they split all the games with their division and
Fair.
everything, they're gonna go 13-3 or 12-4 or even 11-5 at worst. But
Okay,
10-6.
let's say they split with the 49ers and split with the Cards. They're still
Okay.
probably going to lose a couple other games.
to
Yeah,
who
12
though?
and 4.
I don't know who they're. Hold on, let me check.
All right, I have
All
them
of
right
their
here.
games- all of
What
their
about-
games were
all right.
super close last year.
Wait, but if you say they'll split with the Niners and they
Split with
split
the Niners, split with
the
the
Cardinals.
Cards.
Okay. Do you have them beating the Eagles?
No,
Yeah, no doubt.
No.
They,
No, I don't
No.
have them beating the
no.
Eagles. I don't have them beating
The Eagles are getting revenge. Okay, Jadeveon Clowney took out Carson Wentz on a disgusting, dirty hit.
That's true.
Should have got fined. Back.
That's true.
Not
What are you
intentional.
doing?
Come on.
Pros on that.
Eagles. Look how Jadeveon Clowney jumped into Wentz, back of the head as he's going down.
Okay.
No call. No
You're
fine.
Back
talking
to
about
the
no
games.
calls right now,
Buffoonery.
Andrew? You're talking about no calls. Don't
Yeah,
get
Okay,
it.
yeah. You guys are fine in the playoffs when you do.
That
You
is
guys are,
true.
you
That
guys are
is
great in
true.
the playoffs. Drew Brees really shows up. Like,
That is true. That is
Marcus,
true.
I mean, Marcus Williams with the tackles. I mean, oh, what a king.
All right. Do you
the
think
Saints just cut Larry Warford? Pro Bowl.
I don't know
Pro
who
Bowl
that
guard.
is. Larry
Ian
Warford
Rappaport says he made
just
the Pro
now.
Bowl the last 3 years. Just now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When was
Warford?
just now? I did not get the Yahoo
Right now.
Sports notification yet.
Yeah, I
38
didn't get
minutes
Seahawks play-
ago.
Dude,
Seahawks have
Yahoo's.
to play
Yeah, they did. They
Falcons.
did.
38 minutes ago.
They did cut him 27 minutes ago. What the heck? Breaking
The Pro
news
Bowl
on
in the
ACMi
last 3
Sports.
seasons, apparently.
This is probably going to go up 3 days from now, so
All right, I
not
think the
breaking
Seahawks
news.
lose. I think the Seahawks lose to the Niners, Cards, Eagles, Falcons, Bills, and then
But
one
Falcons. Falcons.
Yes.
I can see
Dude,
that.
what are
I
you
can-
talking
That's
about?
not that.
I can't see
that's
the
not
Eagles,
that.
but
How could you not see the Eagles? The Eagles lost by 8 points with Josh McCown.
Andrew, the Eagles are just
And-
bad. So.
The Eagles.
Josh McCown's the GOAT. Stop respecting.
Josh McCown is the
stop
guy. Josh McCown is the
disrespecting
guy.
Josh
Okay, Chris,
McCown. I love that guy.
The Seahawks won. The Seahawks beat the Eagles by 8 points. Now the Eagles have their tight end, all of their wide receivers, their offensive line, their quarterback.
Yeah,
all
but
of them are
the
back.
Seahawks get some people back too.
They get their
They didn't
running
have a
backs.
tight
back.
end.
Running backs aren't that
Or
important.
running back.
Running
Yeah,
backs
they
are
didn't
that
have
important. That's
Running back's the
running
least
back-
important. Running back's the
Running
least
back is the
important
most
position in football.
replaceable position.
Okay, but isn't
Well,
that based?
Other than special
No.
teams. Other than special
No.
National team is replaceable. Yeah.
Wasn't that?
Who's more replaceable than running back? Running backs sit behind blocks.
Wait, wasn't
There are
that
a
the
couple
entire 49ers offense though? Pretty much.
But it wasn't because of a great running back. It was because of a great running scheme. It was because of good offensive line blocking,
Okay.
good play calling, and the
Best
Okay.
blocking tight end in the league.
best blocking tight end in the league. It's not Matt
And they
Breida,
they had
Raheem
three.
Mostert.
They had 3 good running backs, and they were all. One was undrafted free agent. One was like a 5th round pick, and the other was like a 4th round pick.
Yeah, it's
So
like running
none
back.
of them were like.
It's
top
like
ends.
Saquon, Zeke.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Dalvin
could
Cook,
say that about someone like Brady.
CMC, Derrick
They're
Henry. Like
just
all of those
not-
people are great. But other than that, if you don't have one of those guys, it really doesn't matter that much. You just need to have somebody. When Jordan Howard got hurt, Miles Sanders turned out to be really good. And when Miles Sanders was playing, you know who turned out to be really good? Because he had a good
Boston
offensive line?
Scott.
Boston Scott.
Oh my god.
But Boston
Running backs-
Scott sucks.
Boston
He's
Scott
not
is the
really
greatest
good.
player.
81st. Oh my god. He's not the greatest player of all time. Oh my god.
He's the greatest player of all time. Can you hear me?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Can you? All right. Chris, you're just mad that we signed Boston Scott off of your practice squad, and now he's the greatest running back in the NFL.
Oh my god.
Dude, he sucks.
Anyway,
He's not going to start for them.
Anyway.
All right, continue.
Squad. He wasn't gonna play anyway.
Seahawks, I could see them go 12-4, ceiling, 9-7-4.
Okay.
9-7-4.
That's
I think
okay.
they go 10-6.
Yeah, but
That's
they're
reasonable, though.
much more likely to go 12-4 than they are 10-6.
Yeah.
No.
And all right, wait, no, that's not even my problem. The problem is that you're having them win the division at 10-6. What do you have the 49ers going? 8-8? He's frozen.
I don't know what you just said.
The 49ers.
I said
what do you have
the biggest problem is that you have a 10-6 team winning the division. What do you have the 49ers going at, like 8-8?
9-7, making the playoffs in the wild card.
What?
9-7 is a wild card team?
9-7 with seven? 3 wild card spots, yeah.
Yeah, there are 7 playoff teams, but
Yeah, but you have the Bucks.
they just showed up to the Super Bowl.
Okay, they lost their defensive tackle. They lost.
My God. They still
2
have
wide receivers.
They have still have like I would say they still have the basic core of their team, which is Kittle, Bosa.
What happened to the Falcons when they blew the lead in the Super Bowl? They fell off.
Super Bowl
I think, the
losers.
49ers.
Super Bowl
Well, they
losers.
didn't. They blew a
Super Bowl losers.
25-point lead. This was a 10-point lead. That's not terrible.
With 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
The Eagles blew a lead to
They
the
ended up
Carolina
losing by
Panthers,
12.
14 points in the fourth quarter, according to Anders. So who cares?
In week 7 of the regular season 2 years ago.
I know, but still,
Okay, I'm
it's
talking about
not.
losers of the Super Bowl are historically.
We lost you.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're not historically terrible because the year that the Patriots lost to the Eagles, we came back and we won the Super Bowl the next year.
Okay,
other than
the Patriots are different. The Patriots don't count.
Okay.
The Patriots
that's
break
true.
every single like football rule in history, like every single one.
Whoa.
43-year-old quarterback.
Like they don't
Every
make
single
sense,
good player they
okay?
have, they trade him away or let him leave in free agency, and somehow they get better every
And they
year.
get better. Exactly.
It doesn't make any
We're
sense.
Wizards.
All
Right, continue with your division.
Okay, hold on. Let me make my argument. Let me continue my argument for the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Staley, gone. 2 wide receivers, gone. You know what they got from Marquise Goodwin? They moved up like 4 picks in the 6th round. They swapped 6th rounders and gave away Marquise Goodwin. That's the worst trade deal in history. Terrible.
Sanu to the Patriots for a 2nd-round pick was much worse.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
That was awful.
Okay, but they got worse. They just got worse like everywhere. George Kittle's great, but if you double George Kittle, Deebo Samuel has an off day, you're screwed. Jimmy G's not gonna.
I guess.
Jimmy G's solid, but he's not the type of quarterback to like elevate a team to a level that they wouldn't be with another solid quarterback.
I guess.
Anyway, 7-9 Cardinals. They're okay. They have a good offense. Kyler Murray, overrated. Should not have
How
won Rookie of
bad
the
do you
Year.
have the Rams? Are you kidding me?
Let me get there.
The Rams are bad, dude.
Oh, God.
I have the Rams. I have the
I
Rams
don't understand. Like,
higher. This is like the highest the Rams go. Cardinals. Kyler Murray's overrated. He should not have won Rookie of the Year.
yeah, I agree.
Gardner Minshew. It makes no sense why he didn't win. Him or Josh Jacobs. Gardner Minshew had only a couple hundred yards fewer in less games, had more touchdowns and less interceptions.
Okay.
Well,
And what, Nick?
what?
Did you say something?
No, I think I might have been lagging.
All right.
Okay, go back. Sorry.
And then their defense is just awful. So I think they go 7-9. You know, even with D-Hop, their offense will win them a couple games, but you need a good defense, you need a great coach. Cliff Kingsbury is kind of unproven, so I don't know. Rams, I also have them going 7-9.
Oh, that's not bad.
They're not good. 7-9.
I mean,
I think
the amount of crap you've given them for being here for like 10 minutes. You didn't even have the worst
7-9
record out of all of us.
is my ceiling. That's because they might get a lucky game against the 49ers. They don't.
Wow.
Sean McVay was not that good last year. Didn't coach very well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sean McVay, but the team in general.
Whoa. Sean McVay is still a good coach.
He's solid,
Sean McVay turned Jared Goff from the worst quarterback in the NFL to making him a Super Bowl quarterback. Like,
Thank you.
And then what happened? And then what happened when Todd Gurley sucked? Jared Goff went.
Okay, because Sean McVay's genius cannot carry a whole team.
I mean, Sean McVay made a good enough offensive scheme with a terrible quarterback to bring them to the Super Bowl and
I don't
be
think
one of the
Jared
best
Goff
offenses in the NFL.
is that bad. But that's when they still had an offensive line. That's when they still had a healthy Todd Gurley. Now they don't. They lost a wide receiver this offseason.
Cook.
Was it
That was
Cooks?
Cook.
Yeah.
Cooks, yeah.
I don't think they drafted great. They got Cam Akers, who might be able to replace Todd Gurley. But at the end of
They
the
didn't have
day,
a first-round pick, I don't think.
they have no picks in the future. They're not going to be good for the next couple of years because they gave like everything up for Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey fell off.
Yeah.
Hard.
That was
Fell
bad.
off hard.
That was
They're also
bad.
still paying Gurley a ton of money, I think.
Still pay, they haven't paid.
And Jared Goff.
Oh, really?
That's like one of the worst contracts.
There are rumors. It's unconfirmed, but Gurley has not been paid money that he's
I saw
owed.
that.
So like some people are saying like the Rams organization might be
wow.
broke.
Oh my God.
How does that work? Then
They just dropped their $1 billion stadium turned into a $3 billion project. Then it was $5 billion. Then it was like $7 billion, and it just kept costing more and more money.
They don't
because
split it with the
kept finding more
Chargers though. Why can't they just be like, yo,
No, they
San
probably-
Diego or whatever it used to be San
They
Diego?
probably do, but I don't
LA.
know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, people in LA watch much less football than
yeah.
the coast or the South.
That
or
is true.
The Midwest or anywhere.
It's huge in the Midwest. South is more college. And Saints.
All right, wait. Is
Well,
that
the Cowboys in the South
Cowboy.
are pretty
Why are
huge.
the Cowboys in the NFC East? That's always bothered
Yeah.
me. It makes
None of the
sense.
locations make sense.
why are the Redskins in the NFC? That's so weird.
Why? Why would
Well,
they
actually,
be weird
wait.
that they're in
Never
You
mind.
said
Never
no,
mind. Never mind.
no.
Never mind.
the NFC?
Wait. Yeah, I
Don't
just blanked out. That does make sense. Because to me, like I think of it. I don't know. I
Don't
think of it
even
in
tell me.
hockey
Don't even
terms,
tell
'cause
me.
the NFC is like the Western Conference.
But
It's
in
just
football,
weird
it's
to
not
have, like,
that.
teams like
Doesn't work
Philadelphia.
like that.
No, I know. That's
But
why.
I thought you were thinking that Washington was the other Washington.
No.
With some of your takes, I would never know.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
All right. Well, I think is that all of our
That's
our
all.
division predictions? Is that
That is.
all?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna go through and everybody's
Earl
gonna give their
Thomas,
piece on who they think is making the playoffs.
Wild card. All right.
Earl Thomas, what?
Yeah, we're going to wild cards.
Earl Thomas. We're not talking about Earl Thomas. We're talking about playoffs. All right.
Hey, Earl Thomas to the city of brotherly love.
City of
Oh my
brotherly
Oh my
love.
God.
You
Oh
would
my
love
God.
it, sir.
All right.
Talking about
Who
wild
wants to
cards.
start with their playoff? Not just wild card, but just like seedings and stuff like that too.
Oh,
Like,
seeding.
you know what I'm saying? Want me to start?
I'll
I'll
go.
start.
You can start.
No. Okay. I have in the number one seed. I have the New Orleans Saints. They will get the bye. Second seed, I have the 49ers. Third seed, I have the Dallas Cowboys. Fourth seed, I have the Green Bay Packers. Fifth seed, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sixth seed, I have the Seattle Seahawks. And then the seventh seed, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. So that would lead to Niners versus Eagles, Cowboys versus Seahawks, and Packers versus Bucks. Yeah.
Wrong. Eagles are winning.
Who's
the
next?
division. With that, I will go. First is the Saints. 12-4. They're good. Second seed, Packers. They're gonna go 11-5. Third is the Eagles because they're gonna win their division, and I think they will win the division and have the same record but have the tiebreaker over the Seahawks.
Are you saying that biased as an Eagles fan, or you actually think they're going to be third?
No, I think they're gonna be third.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. That's,
Well, actually, no, that's
Why
not
would-
that's not an outlandish
terrible.
It's
thing
not
to
that
say.
hard of a take.
no, it's not
Yeah.
terrible.
All right,
Because
go.
if they go 10-6, win the division, and have the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. Boom.
That's true.
Fourth, I have the Seahawks winning the division. Fifth, I have the Falcons at 10-6.
Oh my
Sixth.
God.
Sixth, I have the 49ers at 9-7. Seventh, I have the Buccaneers also at 9-7.
Okay.
Vikings miss. Bears,
Yeah.
Cowboys just miss. But yeah,
Where
Yeah,
are the
I
Vikings
take
going
it back,
again?
I
'cause
have the Vikings at 9-7.
the Eagles have the easiest division, so I guess it makes sense.
I don't
Yeah.
even have them winning the division. I still have them making the playoffs. I feel like the NFC East is going to kind of come out of the dark this year.
I doubt that, but
Why? Both teams got better. Cowboys and the Eagles both got better.
I don't know if the Cowboys really got better, to be honest.
What? How? They had
CeeDee
such a
Lamb
good
is-
draft. You
CeeDee Lamb
cannot
is
deny
nice.
that.
They also lost their center, their tight end,
Oh my
their
God.
corner,
Okay.
both of their
Yeah,
cornerbacks.
Yeah, but
How
they
old was
added
he?
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs is unproven.
Their corners
Rookie
weren't
rookie
even
cor-
spectacular before.
Byron Jones was pretty good.
Yeah, but
They
I
also
would
just
say
they also
Trayvon
just
Diggs
gave
was
they
probably a
also
better
just gave
replacement.
they also just gave Byron Jones allowed like the least amount of yards in coverage last year.
Are you sure? Not Stephon Gilmore.
It was like 500 something. Pretty good. Trayvon Diggs is unproven.
He's good.
They
Their
lost
offense
Robert
is gonna be
Quinn.
stacked.
They lost Robert Quinn. Their offense is supposed to be stacked. Dak is not good.
Okay, well, Dak is
That's a
not
hot take.
good.
I think Dak is pretty
Dak
good.
is-
I would say Dak is
Dak
better
is-
than Jared
Dak is-
Goff.
No,
Yeah.
that's not duh. That's given. So I have Jared Goff going 7-9.
I mean, who do the Eagles add other than what
Darius
Rager
Slay.
and Slay?
Okay.
Darius
That's it.
Slay.
Eagles went okay.
But they
Eagles
also
went
lost
9
their
and
top
7.
like three
Plus, they'll be
corners.
healthy again. That's the thing. Because they were a pretty good team before they got all injured.
The Eagles went 9 and 7 with absolutely nobody. Wide receivers are all coming back. They were all injured. Dallas Goedert's going to get even better. They drafted 3 wide receivers. Traded for Marquise Goodwin. Miles Sanders is going to be better. You tell me Wentz with those weapons isn't going to be good. They got Darius Slay on the defense.
Yeah, I mean, if he
Drafted-
stays healthy, that makes sense.
Yeah, I could easily see. I could see them going 10 and 6 easy. Ceiling is 13 and 3. Floor is 8 and 8.
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
why don't you go with your predictions?
So I got the Saints
So 17.
and then second, the 49ers. And then third, I have the Lions
Oh my God.
at 12 and 4.
That's just
winning the
the
North.
worst. That's just the worst of all time.
That's great. You just
Dude,
want-
what do you? I don't know. I mean,
Let's see. When they go 2-14 this year, I'll deliver their helmet to your house. I don't know.
yeah, you better. Okay. Then, okay, fourth, I have
That's
the
supposed to be.
Eagles.
All right, keep going.
They win the East at 9 and 7. And then fifth, I have the Seahawks at 14 and 2, winning the West. Tied with the West. And sixth, I have the Bucks, and seventh, the Falcons. Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
I have the Saints first, 13 and 3. Seahawks 12 and 4. Packers 10 and 6. Eagles 9 and 7. And then for the wild card, I have the 49ers at 11 and 5. And the Bears at 10 and 6, and the Bucks at 10 and 6.
All right. Well, now, before we end, we all have to come together and we have to make one playoff outlook as like a group. So we have to agree on 7 teams to make the playoffs for our playoff episode. So
No Lions.
no
No
Lions.
Lions.
Into third
Eliminate
place.
the
Sorry.
Lions.
Agree on no Lions.
Eliminate the Lions.
All right.
Okay. So who do we think is going to finish in the number 1 seed? Do we all agree that the
We also
Saints are going to
Saints.
win the
I think
division?
it's the Saints, yeah.
Okay. All right. So the Saints will finish number 1. Number 2, who do you guys? Andrew, you had the Seahawks, right?
Packers.
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 That's not going to happen. Packers are not that good.
I have the
13
9.
and 3. I have Packers.
Yeah,
winning the
13-3
division
last
at
year. That
11
was
and 5.
fake. That was like the worst representation of a team with a record.
It was a bad representation, but they don't have that hard of a schedule.
I'll pull it up.
They'll be fine.
I mean, the North is good.
All right, ready?
No,
I think they split the split the
I'll
Bears
go-
and Vikings.
I'll go through all of their – all right, this is what we did in the AFC episode. Actually, no, let's keep going through, and then with the teams that we have at the end, I'll do what we did for the AFC episode, and we'll go through their schedule with their teams, and we'll just pick out a record for them. So, Donuts, are you not budging on the Packers just not being the 2nd seed?
I'll budge on the Packers. I can budge
Okay.
on them because I don't. They're
9 second.
they could go either way.
Niners. I would say Niners. Pietro, you
Yeah,
have the
fine.
Seahawks. One,
I have the
right?
Seahawks, yeah. I feel like from last
But
year.
they're both going to get in. That's what I'm saying. They're both going to get in. It's
Yeah,
just
I think everyone agrees they're both getting in, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, last year the Seahawks were literally 5 yards away from beating the Niners, and I think the Niners have slightly regressed.
Yeah,
and
that's actually true.
the Seahawks have slightly gotten better. So I feel like that gives
That's a good point.
We're 6 inches away.
Okay. All in favor for the Seahawks to take the number 2 seed and the Niners to follow the wild card.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
down
fine.
for that. All
I had
right.
the Seahawks second in the West. They're tied actually for first, but because the 49ers were first, they took the second seed, and then it dropped the Seahawks to the 5th seed because they're that good.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it.
Yeah, right. I think that's fair. Then who do we have 3rd seed?
Then I feel like it has to be 49ers.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Oh yeah, because they're in the
Packers or Eagles.
I said Packers. It's gonna be Packers.
Cowboys.
So
I have the Cowboys.
Nick, the Cowboys are always good on paper. They have a new coach.
Look.
No
How about this? I'll do
OTAs.
it. Oh my God.
3 of us have the Eagles winning the division.
Lions.
Fine.
up.
We'll have the Eagles be the number 3 seed, but I'm gonna fight for the Cowboys to make the playoffs. All right, we'll go with that.
I think the Eagles should be number 4 seed. I
don't think they're the 3.
I say
Below the Packers, dude.
Packers, then Eagles.
Yeah.
or Bears.
Fine.
You never
I
know.
freaking
Nick
hate the
Foles.
Packers.
Nick
Bro,
Foles.
shut up.
Watch out.
Don't even.
Watch out.
Come on.
Nick Foles had
Watch out.
one sick season and then
No,
completely
it's not true.
has
That's
fallen
not
off.
true.
All right, so we
Yeah,
have
the
the Packers.
One sick,
Yeah, the
one
27.
season, the 27-2 and the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's it.
And
Nothing else.
the next year, he came in for Wentz, won the last 3 games, and won a playoff game, and would have beat the Saints if it wasn't for Jeffrey dropping the ball.
Wait, so what do we have right now?
I have Saints and
But
first,
he also
Seahawks
has
and
not
second.
proven himself to be a
Okay.
good coach.
This is camera falling around. What is happening? All right. We're moving on. The Saints in first, the Seahawks in second, the Packers in third, the Eagles in fourth. Who do we have as the number 1 wild card? I have the Bucks.
49. That has to be 49ers.
Actually-
it has to be 49ers.
49ers.
I'll put the Niners. I'll put the 49ers. Okay.
Then the Bucks.
And then, yeah, does everybody agree for the Bucks as the 6th seed?
Yeah.
Sure.
And now the 7th
Hey,
seed.
this
This
is
is where it
the
gets
this is the
tough.
biggest one.
This is the big one.
Who do we have? Who does everybody have?
I'm saying Bears. Just,
Bears. Okay. All right. I have Cowboys.
Falcons. Chris?
Yeah, I mean Falcons. Then.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through all of
I
those.
can't see how the
teams'
Falcons miss.
I'm gonna see we're gonna go through all 3 of these teams' schedules, and we're gonna make it for them. I'll keep
wait,
track.
let's make an argument for each one first.
Okay. Yeah. We'll make an argument for each one first. You want to start with the Bears?
All right, I'll start with the Bears.
The Bears, dude.
Right.
What?
The Bears.
Okay, we're gonna start on the last year. Okay, over the last 2 seasons, right? 2 seasons ago, they go 12-4, and during the regular
Okay, but that was
season,
2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
yeah, who have they lost since then?
Mitch Trubisky came into the picture.
Mr. Trubisky was starting quarterback that
No,
whole
Mr. Trubisky
season.
went 12-4.
Yeah, but now
What,
now he's terrible.
No, Chase Daniel.
They haven't lost anyone. The regression happened when Akeem Hicks got hurt last year, and
I don't
he
think
missed
Matt
pretty much the
Nagy can.
entire season. And
What was the
Trubisky-
running back situation then?
They had Jordan Howard in 2018.
Who even
and
is the
then
running back now?
Cohen.
David Cohen and Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
David Montgomery.
David
Oh
Montgomery.
yeah, Montgomery isn't terrible. I feel like he can.
He's
learn.
okay. I mean, their O-line wasn't great last year. Their O-line kind of regressed. But I feel like it's all in Mitch. But even just looking at the defensive side of things, I feel like they've only improved. Mukamara was probably the worst defensive starter last year. They got rid of him. He's old. He can't run fast anymore. He wasn't keeping up with any receivers. They drafted Jalen Johnson. He's one of the top cornerbacks in the draft. And so they improved there. I think
What the fuck?
And then Leonard Floyd last year had 3 sacks as their second edge rusher. He was terrible. They had Robert Quinn, who I think had 12 in 14 games. One of the top edge rushers in the NFL. with
Oh,
Robert Quinn,
top.
Akeem Hicks.
One of the better.
Okay, better. One of the better.
He'll be really good with Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack.
Robert Quinn, Akeem Hicks, and Khalil Mack, and with Roquan Smith and Danny
that'll be
Trevathan at inside linebacker, and then you have Eddie Jackson's probably top two free safety.
Safety. That's true.
Kyle Fuller led the league in interceptions in 2018. He still had like 4 or 5 last year. They have Tashawn Gibson. They took him from the Texans. He's a solid, above-average safety. And then they have Jalen Johnson. And Buster Screen is a pretty good slot cornerback. So I don't see that defense that doesn't have any holes.
Well, they have a good defense, but who do they have on offense? They have like no one.
Okay, Allen Robinson. Allen
really
Robinson's a top 10 NFL receiver.
All right. Besides Robinson, though.
Okay.
They don't have a tight end.
They have 10.
Jimmy Graham.
They have 10, and all of them.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham and Cole Kmet, the top tight end in the draft.
Oh, cool.
I don't think he's going to do that good.
He's not going to be that good, but he'll be.
Yeah, but he was like a third round thing. That's the thing.
He was definitely. They definitely reached the draft and they reached for position.
Yeah.
But between Graham and Kmet, that's it. Average tight ends.
Yeah. Okay.
Wide receivers. Anthony Miller is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. He's good.
Whoa.
Miller?
Okay.
All right. I was like, what are you saying?
My bad. Allen Robinson. Anthony Miller is okay. He's an okay number 2 guy. I had Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn's fine. Cordell Patterson is fine.
Wait, Ginn's on the Bears now?
Yeah.
I just did not know that. Okay.
Patterson is not that good.
As a fourth, fifth string receiver.
I know, but still, they have no depth.
Tariq Cohen's basically a receiver.
Oh my god.
Tariq Cohen's sick.
Well, actually, the only reason I'm like, the only reason they're bad is because of Trubisky.
The weapons are fine. Well, if they had any other quarterback, the weapons would be regarded as much better.
Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy was good 2 years ago, and he didn't run the ball at all last year. Also, their offensive line is not good.
The offensive line, okay. It's average.
The only reason I could see them making the playoffs is because their defense carried and they just pull off the Patriots like what they did last year.
I mean, that's what they did in 2018 when they went 12-4. Their defense went off.
So, they went 12-4. Obviously, that's the defense.
Am I allowed to fight for the Packers? I mean, not the Packers. Sorry, the Lions here, or is that like completely out of the question?
You can if you want. Fine, we'll go through. We'll go through the Lions too.
Let's hear it. Just to entertain the listeners. Let's get some comedy on the show. Go.
Are you gonna go?
I thought you were going to the schedule.
Like, what are you doing?
I thought you were doing the schedules. That's what was happening.
No! I thought we're giving points on each of our teams first, and then we're gonna go to the schedules.
One last thing. The Bears schedule is easy. It's really easy. They play no good teams this year.
I mean, I went game by game, and I had them going 8-8. So.
Really?
They play the Lions. They're gonna lose 2 games against the Lions.
Yeah, they're losing both Lions games.
All right, Chris, make a fight for the Lions. Go, and then I'll do the Cowboys, and Chris and Andrew will do whatever team.
Wait, no, someone else go first. No, I didn't prepare for this. Give me a second.
All right, I'll go first with I'll go for the Cowboys.
You're a Bears fan. You didn't have to prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. I'll give you that.
I feel like the Cowboys are finally gonna overcome it this year. Jason Garrett's gone, so that's a plus right off the bat. They're gonna actually have somebody who can call some average plays instead of Jason Garrett. They, again, like I've said 1,000 times, they had like a great draft. They picked up Lamb. They picked up Diggs. They did have some losses, but at the same time, they still have Ezekiel Elliott. They still have Amari Cooper. They still have Dak Prescott. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do at tight end, but at the same time, if they have that wide receiver depth of like Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, Kenny Stills isn't on their team, is he?
No.
Is Kenny Stills? No.
I don't think so.
Where?
The Texans.
The Cowboys.
He's on the Texans.
Kenny Stills on
He's on the Texans.
Yeah, he's on the Texans.
For Andrew's response, and he's not saying anything.
He's on the Texans.
Okay.
No, he was on the Texans. I'm saying Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember him being on the Cowboys.
All right. Anyway.
He was on the Dolphins.
And at the same time, they still have pretty good defense. And at the same, I don't feel like they have like a wicked tough schedule, but I feel like they can be a team that scores a lot of touchdowns.
They do not have a good defense.
They
have an average defense.
Did you see what happened
Look
when
at
Mitch
the
Trubisky
Chiefs.
played? Did you see what happened when Mitch Trubisky played the Cowboys last year? He shredded them. Trubisky.
But that was an off
got
night.
Shredded
Now they
by
have
Mitch
Trayvon Diggs.
Trubisky, and
they lost Byron Jones.
Well,
It's their best player and Robert Quinn.
Robert Quinn.
That's their best and third best players on
DeMarcus
defense.
Lawrence is getting worse. Exactly.
But the addition at wide receiver and
That's good.
Trayvon Diggs filling in that corner.
The offense was the number 1 ranked offense in the league last year.
Okay, so now they're going to be even better, so they can actually beat teams despite how bad their defense is.
No, they're not going to be as good this year.
Trubisky scored 4 touchdowns against them. Mitch Trubisky.
When Trubisky throws more than one against you, you're doing something wrong. The Cowboys don't have a defense. Mike McCarthy has not. He's not been historically good with good wide receivers.
Even if Dak Prescott starts sucking, then they can just put in Andy Dalton. He's a pretty average backup quarterback. I mean, I would say that he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, but
he's probably maybe
He's
frozen again.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
I mean,
All right, you're good.
Say it again.
me?
Yeah,
Honest.
I don't even know what I said.
you lagged
Where are we?
out. Oh my god!
What was the last
All right,
thing you heard me
Cowboys
say?
are making the playoffs.
Andy Dalton is mediocre. Andy Dalton.
No.
Andy Dalton is solid, but
He's mediocre.
he's not gonna. It's even if Dak is average, the Cowboys can have a productive offense. But Mike McCarthy is not. He's not a throw the ball coach. He's a short, kind of a West Coast, kind of run the ball, pound him when you don't have a center.
And
It's not gonna happen.
new
Also,
completely new offensive scheme. No training
new
camp.
offense,
No OTAs.
No
How are we gonna install that?
OTAs, no OTAs. They're not gonna succeed. Everything's too new. The Cowboys are screwed. They got put in the worst position because this year is the one year where they don't have to pay Dak yet, and they still have Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, but eventually that Amari Cooper deal is going to catch up to them when they have to try to pay some new offensive linemen once everybody starts to retire, and they have to pay Dak. Dak wants $40 million when he's worth maybe 10.
No, he's worth more than 10. He's worth more than 10.
Okay, he's worth more than 10.
He's worth like 18.
He's worth like 20.
20. I'd say
18.
20. I'd say even more than 20.
Anyway, though, I
say
still
20
feel like
because it's in
the.
Texas, so.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
No, Texas matters because people go to Texas because the income tax is way lower there. So the salary offered.
What
by
are we
a team
talking about?
You're
Why do we
talking
care about the
income tax?
income tax in Texas? I'm talking about
No. Players sign with the Dallas Cowboys over like teams in LA or New York because the income
Sure.
tax in Dallas is so much lower. So that
Florida
is
has
a
zero
couple
income
million.
Okay.
That's why Brady went. That's one of the reasons Brady went.
All right,
there.
but-
There's no income tax.
We'll let the schedule do the talking. Let's have Chris defend the Lions now and what is probably the worst case defending. So good luck.
All right. Took down some notes.
Oh my god.
So Stafford's back, obviously, right? And
God.
they didn't have a quarterback last year. That's right? Everyone just froze.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stafford's
I'm
back.
We're frozen in
they have-
shock at the
What?
point that you're defending the Lions.
I mean, you defended the Bears. I don't think the Bears are good, but whatever.
I think they're better than the
Bears-
Lions.
What were they? What 8-8 last year?
Yeah,
8-8, got a new
we're not
quarterback,
talking
got a
about last year.
new.
We're talking about this year now.
new
They made some
defensive
additions
end.
to make it better. Listen. So
All right.
then
All right. Yeah. Make your point.
they have three. First of all, I think you have to agree. Kenny Galladay is a top tier wide receiver.
He's a
really
good wide
Galladay is
receiver.
good.
Okay, but
Yeah. Then
Still.
Amendola. I know he didn't have a great year last year, but I think he's pretty good. I mean,
he has
he's
playoff
definitely-
experience, but they're never getting.
he has experience.
But they're never getting there though.
And Marvin Jones. I think Marvin Jones is good too.
Okay, he's average, but like
Okay,
they don't have a
but
defense. They don't
as
have
the third string wide receiver. That's good. Then,
Do you know how many
They don't
TDs?
have a defense.
Yeah.
I'm
How many
getting there.
touchdowns
I'm getting
Danny Amendola had last year?
What?
One.
Four.
One.
Oh shoot!
what's
really?
one?
The Bills'
Oh my
left
God.
tackle had that many.
What'd you say?
And the year before that, over the past 3 seasons,
Amendola had
4
1 touchdown. That's what they said.
All right. Well, because
Back-to-back
he's not a
seasons,
touchdown guy.
1
He just
touchdown.
makes some nice catches and then lets Kerryon Johnson run it in.
He's not a yardage guy either. He hasn't
Kerryon.
had 700 yards.
This is not your argument.
Ever.
I'll look up Danny Amendola stats. Hold on.
He
Yeah,
has never
Nick,
had 700 yards.
And then,
That's
okay,
terrible.
Marvin Jones. He's the second then. And then we'll say
Okay.
Amendola's the third. Whatever.
Danny Amendola with the Lions last year. 62 receptions, 678 yards. His average yards per carry was 10.9. And he had 1 touchdown.
Carry.
Okay, that's not terrible, though, except for the touchdown. But, I mean. Yeah.
I guess as a third-string wide receiver.
But that's
not
that's
awful.
also with a crap quarterback, too. Oh, can I say that? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine.
But
All right,
then
now defend the defense.
hold on, Kerryon Johnson too, and they just got in the draft. They just got DeAndre Swift, who's pretty good.
Okay, he is a
They
good running
don't
back.
have an offensive line, and Matt Patricia can't coach.
What
Yeah,
about their
well, that was
defense,
also
though?
his
That's what
first
I'm
year,
wondering about.
Right? Wasn't that his first year coaching, Patricia?
No, it was like
Second?
3 years.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He left the Patriots a while ago.
All right, whatever.
Oh, actually, wait. No. That was his second year coaching last
Second
year. I'm
year?
sorry.
Okay.
That was his second year last year.
Well, they're lacking defense, okay, but then they just got was he third overall pick?
Heavily.
Okuda, Jeff Okuda.
Heavily. Like,
Jeff Okuda, was he a third? Right? Is that right?
you know what
I
Matt?
think it
You
was
know
the-
what Matt Patricia did with his last good cornerback?
Oh, my God.
All
He
right,
traded him.
Matt
He had
Patricia.
the worst relationship ever. He screwed him, shipped him off to the future Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, my. That's so funny. That's hilarious.
Basically,
I'm crying
Basically.
laughing.
Wait,
Pats are
one
winning.
thing about
Pats are winning
the Lions.
Oh, shut up.
Matt-
The Pats are winning 5 games.
Stafford played in 8 games last year. It's not like he was out the whole year.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing at 100%, which he says he is now.
All right, but
it doesn't matter.
still.
Stafford's not good enough to carry the defense. Defense.
Yeah, what about the defense?
Okay,
Name
you're saying there.
Name 3 players on the defense, Chris.
Let me
No.
look it up.
Look at the
No, okay,
camera. Look at
I
the
just
camera.
know
Look at the camera.
that they got-
Look at the camera and name 3 players on the
No,
defense.
I can't. I just know Okuda. That's
Exactly.
it. But
I can name Okuda and Damon Harrison. That's it.
okay, but
Yeah, so they're not good.
They don't.
yeah,
have
but they're not bad. They didn't do terrible. If you look up stats,
But they're not going to make the playoffs.
3 wins. 3 wins. Yeah, they didn't do terrible. They did horrendous. They did worse than terrible. There's a
All right.
reason they had the 3rd overall pick.
Oh, my God.
It's a new year.
That is
You-
true, I
You
guess.
could literally make the argument that the Patriots are like amazing. They win every year, but okay, it's a
They
whole new year. They
lost.
suck now.
Their quarterback and 2 of their linebackers. I'm saying the Lions. What did they add? What did they add this offseason?
They got a great running back and a top tier cornerback.
And they got Jamie
They added
Collins.
Jamie Collins.
Yeah, they got
Collins.
Jamie Collins.
Yeah.
He's okay.
it.
He was good because he was on the Pats with a good coach. They lost their best corner and just replaced him with Okuda.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
Okuda's still good, though. I just don't
Okuda's
feel like they're a
good.
playoff team.
They're not
He's
even
worse
close
than
to
Slay.
playoff.
He's worse than Slay. In his first year is going to be worse than Slay.
Rookie year, he will be
All
worse
right.
than Slay.
Donis, give us your scoop on the Eagles, and then we'll move to the schedules. And see.
What?
Eagles are
we
already
have to-
in.
Oh, not the Eagles, the
What are you talking
Falcons.
about? What are you talking about?
The Falcons.
If I lose this Lions debate, which I probably will, I'm backing up Andrew here. So
Okay.
because the Falcons are good.
You already lost the Lions debate. You
No,
let you
no,
say that as a
we
joke.
go to the records. We go to the
We
records.
got to do the schedule.
Yeah. I didn't lose
All right.
any.
Okay, go
Falcons.
with the Falcons.
They have Matt Ryan. I'm going with the
Wow.
Falcons. You're interrupting me. I've said Matt Ryan.
Your
twice.
thing is
You're
lying. I
interrupting
said
me
that like 10
Yeah,
seconds
you're
ago.
lying so bad.
Whoops. Matt Ryan, Julio, Todd Gurley, Chris Lindstrom's coming back. I think once they get a healthy offensive line, their offense will be more productive. They started out with like 4 losses or something, and then finished the year 7-9. I'm pretty sure they started out 1-4, finished 7-9. They had a good end to the season. Dan Quinn is a solid coach. I think
Okay.
there's a lot of change going on in their division with the Bucks, with the Panthers. So if they can kind of take advantage of keeping a somewhat similar roster with no OTAs. Bucks have it down. Bucks only go 9-7. They win 2 games against the Panthers. Boom, they're 10-6. I don't believe they have a terribly difficult schedule. They're in one of the harder divisions. So, yeah, as long as do they play the NFC West? That would stink.
Wait, let me look. Yes, they do.
That's unfortunate.
Also,
All right.
I feel like the Falcons lost more than they added, though.
Actually, wait, do they? No, they just play the Seahawks.
They play the
They
Seahawks
just
because
play
they
the
were second in the
Seahawks.
division last year.
All right, well, we're going through the records now. We'll start with the Falcons just because I'm already on them. I'll go through game by game, and it's majority rules, so
Okay.
it's based off the vote. And if it's tied, then we're just going to debate it until we make a decision. All right, game 1 against the Seahawks. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Game 2 against the Cowboys.
Probably a loss.
I'd say
loss.
I had it as a win.
Donis is on pause.
Andrew, you're muted.
Sorry about mom was talking. What's the
Cowboys. They
Week 2.
beating the Cowboys.
win?
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
say
a
win.
loss. That's
I
a
had a win.
loss. Wait.
I
Where is it?
I think it's a coin flip.
It's in Dallas or Arlington, whatever.
I mean, can you
Okay.
name like one who's like the Falcons cornerback? They lost Trufant
Cornerback. Oh shoot, they lost Desmond.
and no one
Trufant.
else.
Who are the
They lost
Falcons
Adrian
cornerbacks?
They don't have a good
Um,
defense.
They have nobody.
No, I.
And
They're
against
not gonna
this,
They're
and
not
against
going to
this
cover.
Cowboys team that's known for the offense.
Deion
They're not going to cover.
Sanders.
Deion
Deion
Sanders.
Sanders.
the only defensive player I know is Dante Fowler.
That's a loss.
And he's not that good. Dante Fowler.
That's a
Dante
loss.
Fowler.
They lose.
They lose, yeah.
To the Cowboys?
I wouldn't
Come
say that.
on, dude.
The Cowboys
Put
are
the
really
biases
not
aside. You know they
that good.
lose.
It's not biased. I'm not.
Not
even-
you.
Not biased. The
Don't
Cowboys
it?
are. The Cowboys are
You hate the
historically-
Cowboys.
I know, but I have no reason to like the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a good enough team to beat the Cowboys.
I agree. I mean,
Bro,
I don't think the
come
Cowboys are that
on.
good. I
You
had the
think
Cowboys going 9-7.
You think Trayvon Diggs in his second season in the NFL is going to lock up Julio? Julio's going
No,
to run
but
through that
still,
game.
who's going to lock up Cooper and Lamb and all those guys? No one.
Who's going to lock him up? The fact that Dak Prescott is their quarterback.
My
Dak is
God.
not
But
that
then they
bad.
throw in Dalton.
Dak is holding them back.
Dak is serviceable. He's totally
Dak is not even that bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's bad.
Dak is
He's
good.
not good.
I'd say
Okay,
he's
if you watch
slightly
his
above
Dak,
average. I'd say he's slightly above average.
he's above average. He's
He's like
upper half.
he's like
Yeah.
he's like
If
10
you
to
look at
13
Dak Prescott's
ranked.
highlights, it's just Amari Cooper highlights.
Oh, that's all he
All
has
it
to do. He just has to get the ball.
Yeah,
in
he
the
just has to
body
get
and
it
then-
to him, and then boom, that's it. They win.
You could say that about Julio Jones, who's way better.
That is true. Chris, it seems
Yeah,
like
but-
you're swaying.
What?
Come on, make
Cowboys-
the choice. Say that the Cowboys win. Come on.
Okay,
No.
okay,
Falcons win.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
okay.
We're on week 2.
The
Just say
Cowboys-
the Falcons
Go
win.
with-
I know. Just change your vote.
No.
Falcons win. The
I think
Falcons
We're on
Falcons
week
win.
2.
Okay. Nick.
the Fal-
I'm saying Falcons. Chris is saying Falcons. You're saying Cowboys, and Pietro's saying coin flip. That goes Falcons.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, come on. All right, just make it remind me.
I think we should just move. I think we should just move on. I think we just go.
Fine. They'll
Falcons
beat the
win.
freaking
Move on.
Cowboys. Congratulations.
So they're 1-1.
All right. Bears.
Loss.
Win.
They
win.
win.
That's a loss.
Win.
It's a win.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry. All right. Packers.
Why
Are we
are
just
you
forgetting
win?
that the Falcons beat the Saints last year? Packers. That's a coin flip.
Loss. In
I
Green
say
Bay.
It's a loss. It's a
In
loss.
Green Bay. That's
In Green
a
Bay,
loss.
it's a loss. Panthers win.
So many losses.
It's 2
Are
losses.
you on the schedule?
I am.
Panthers win.
Win.
Split the
Yeah.
Panthers.
No, I think
Vikings
it's
in Minneapolis. That's a loss.
a coin flip.
That's a loss.
Loss.
That's a loss.
I guess it's a loss.
I mean, I had the Vikings doing terrible, but
Yeah, but it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lions win.
That's a
Panthers
win.
win.
They beat the Lions.
Lions. The Lions win.
Shut up. Chris, shut up.
All right, fine.
There's 2 wins right there. Lions,
Okay, wait.
Panthers.
Okay, yeah, they beat the Panthers again. Does everybody agree?
Broncos.
I say split the
lost.
Panthers.
What?
I don't
Dude, the
think so.
Panthers suck.
The Panthers just got everything new. New coach, new quarterback.
Wait,
but
Chris, you say
Sweeping
Panthers?
a team is hard.
I say sweep the
Sweeping a
Panthers.
team is hard.
Okay,
Just
thank
sweep the
you, thank
Panthers.
you.
We're going sweep.
They sweep the Panthers. Okay,
Broncos. I say they lose.
Broncos. That's a loss.
They lose the Broncos.
Yeah.
Saints
Saints, they lose.
lost. Raiders win.
Win for sure.
Win.
Hosting the Saints win.
Yeah.
No,
They
No.
always split. They always
no.
split. They
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 always
lose.
split.
I had
The
that as a
Falcons
Loss.
beat them last year.
Loss.
Falcons beat
It's
them last
done.
year. They
It's
always
done.
split.
Majority
They
rules.
always-
Majority rules. All right.
Chargers
How
win.
how would they sweep the Panthers and the Saints don't even sweep the
Chargers is a win.
Chargers is a win.
Yeah, win.
Buccaneers they split, and the Chiefs they lose.
loss?
Bucks, they lose.
Yeah.
Chiefs, they win. They lose. What am I saying?
They lose.
Yeah, they lose. And then Bucks, do they win or they lose?
They split.
Lose.
So
Yeah,
I like
I
the split.
split.
I say they win that one.
Fine.
Lose.
Fine.
I feel
I'll
like
go
they
with
lose both. They lose both against the Bucks.
I don't think so.
I feel like they lose both.
I'll go with the win. I'll say they win. All right, so their record is
9-7.
8-8.
What?
That's tough.
Wow.
What?
Doesn't look like they're getting in. All right, we're
How-
going
how
on
did
to
that
Bears
the
are not
happen?
making it.
Bears,
Bears.
All right.
Where are they?
Lions,
God.
week 1. That's a win.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. Lions week 1. That's a win.
Hold on, Nick. What are you talking about? That's not 8. You miscalculated.
I got 9 and 7.
Cowboys,
I literally went through
Cowboys, Bears, Panthers, Lions, Panthers, Raiders, Bucks, Chargers, and who do we have? Who else? And Vikings too, right?
No,
Yeah.
they lose to the
Hold
Vikings.
up.
They lose to the
2,
Vikings.
3, I could have. 4, I got 9-7.
They lose to the
I
Vikings.
went through. Yeah, I
No,
got 9.
I have it. It's 8-8.
They lose
We
to the
got them
Vikings.
losing
They
to the
don't beat
Vikings.
I say they beat the Vikings.
In Minnesota?
Minneapolis?
Come on.
Hold on.
I hate the Vikings.
on.
Though.
They lose to the
Vikings. What
Vikings.
day is that? October 18th. October 18th. Give me a second.
It's indoors. The stadium's indoors anyway.
Oh my god.
Where's he going? Oh my
Going on
god.
my calendar.
Oh my god. Why can we not just agree on this so we
Oh,
can
it's a
move
Sunday.
on?
Damn it. Fine. Falcons go 8-8.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bears,
So the
they
Cowboys
win
won.
against Lions week 1. Giants,
Yeah.
they win.
They win.
Falcons, they lose.
Yeah. Loss.
Colts,
They win.
they lose.
They win.
I would say
They
win.
win.
All right. All right.
Come
All right,
on.
all
Philip
right,
Rivers
all
is
right,
going
Trying to
in against
develop
the
that
Okay.
Vikings.
Watch what you guys should watch the ASC preview. You would want to kill me. Bucks, they lose.
Loss.
Loss.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
give it
loss.
All right. Panthers, that's a win.
that. That's a win.
Rams, that's
Win.
Loss. I would say they lose there.
It's in Los
Win.
Angeles.
I think the,
That's a
yeah,
win.
in
That's a
Los Angeles, the Rams. I think the Rams
The
are
Rams?
so
You think Jared Goff against that defense? Are you kidding me?
yeah.
I'll say loss. I'll say
Jared Goff's not
Mm.
gonna get any.
I'll say win. I'll say win. I'll say win.
Jared Goff is gonna be under pressure.
I'll say win.
He's
I'll say
under
win.
pressure every play. Come on.
I'm saying they
Come
win.
on.
Saints, they lose.
Yeah.
That's a loss and a half. Titans, they lose.
Loss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fine.
Vikings,
I don't know,
they
The Vikings, no. Think about the Titans. What do the Titans have? Derrick
They
Henry.
split with the Vikings.
The Bears, they sweep the Vikings. They're 4-0 against the Vikings the last 2 years.
No. They split with the Vikings. They split.
They're 4-0. They're 4-0 the past 2 years against the Vikings.
Split with the Vikings. Split with the Packers.
Okay.
So,
Packers,
They
do they split
lose-
or do they sweep?
They lose.
Or
They
do
lose the first and they win the second.
against the
What-
Packers?
Yeah, they sweep. They split.
I say they get swept, honestly.
They split the
The
Packers.
Packers, maybe.
Packers are going to sweep them.
At Soldier Field, they'll win.
But it's the
Like
last
they
game
did
of
in
the year.
playoffs against.
Yeah.
I say
The Packers might sit their starters. The Packers are in the playoffs. They might even sit their
Yeah, the
starters.
Packers might have clinched, so I give them a win there.
The Bears win.
Yeah, okay, fine.
At
They
Soldier
split.
Field.
Okay. And then the Lions again,
Win.
they win.
Yeah, you could give them a win.
Then Texans.
That's a win.
That's a win, I would say.
That's a loss.
The Texans suck. Who are the Texans?
Yeah.
Texans are terrible. Texans are terrible. That's a win. I didn't realize how easy the Bears. I'm gonna switch my answer to the Bears. Bears are making
The Texans.
Their
Okay,
Texans
fine,
O
fine.
line.
I'll say they win.
Watch
I
out!
say
This
they win.
Texans O
I say
line
they win.
against Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, Akeem Hicks. That's a
All right,
joke.
and then Jaguars, they win. They beat the
Yeah, they win.
Jaguars. Okay, so that's 1, 2,
Crap,
3,
wait, the
4,
Bears might,
5,
win,
6, 7,
like,
8,
a
9,
lot.
10 and 6.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, never mind. I
go.
formally changed my
Yeah, they
answer.
have an
You guys
easy
are
schedule.
easy going.
I
They have
told
the
you
it's
easiest
easy.
schedule in the league.
Their schedule's
Let's go through the Cowboys after we go through the Lions. All right, here's the Lions. Let's go. This is gonna be like 0-16. All right.
Can we
Bears,
just
they
not do the
lose.
Lions. This is such a waste of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we leave
The
Yeah,
Lions
yes.
aren't going to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just skip
Thank
the
you.
Lions.
All right. Who's the last team? The Cowboys, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Bro, how do I even get to them? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just clicking on random
You want me
team
to do it?
schedules. Wait, it's just
I
I'm
can
waiting
pull it
for them to pop up.
I can do it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
What are the chances anybody's watching the
No.
podcast this deep?
You know what? You said that last time too. So I say 1,000.
Wait, did you say who's watching it at this point?
I said,
Yeah.
what
This
are
is
the
the-
chances?
this is
We
the
said an
main-
hour
this
and a
is the
half in.
climax. All right. Rams. They win.
Yeah, win.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Lose to the Falcons.
Lose to the Falcons.
Falcons is lost.
Oh yeah, we already argued that.
Loss to the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, they lose.
lost.
They lose to the Seahawks.
Lose to
Beat
the
the
Browns.
Browns.
They don't
They
beat
lose.
the Browns.
Yeah, I say they beat
They
the
lose to
Browns.
the Browns.
Yeah, I say they win.
I think they could lose
okay.
to the Browns.
Who on the Cowboys is going to cover OBJ?
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon.
Then Jarvis Landry comes.
What? And what about Jarvis
Okay.
Landry?
Who
Kareem
cares? The
Hunt.
Browns don't
And
have a
Nick Chubb.
defense
Kareem Hunt.
besides
Nick
Myles
Chubb.
Garrett.
Nah, they beat the Browns.
Denzel Ward.
It's
Denzel
in
Ward.
Texas.
Denzel Ward.
It's in Texas.
Wait, Andrew, you Browns?
So, I have Browns.
I have Browns.
Bro, come on. All right, fine. I'll go Browns.
All right. They
I'm gonna
obviously
get
beat the
screwed.
Giants.
They
Yeah,
beat the Giants.
They beat the Cardinals.
Lose to the Cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
they?
I say they lose.
I think they lose. I think they lose.
Yeah.
All right.
They beat the
Redskins.
Redskins.
Oh, and
Very
15
good.
Redskins.
They double up on the Redskins.
Split the Eagles.
They split with the Eagles.
Lose to the Steelers.
No.
Yes.
They
You
beat the
kidding? Big
Steelers.
Ben.
I'd
They
say
beat the
lose to
Steelers.
Bro, how?
The
The
Steelers
Steelers
have
have
a
an
top five
insane
defense.
defense.
Actually,
have an
they do.
easy
They have a
top
good
five
defense.
I'd say
They
they
have a good
lose to
defense.
Steelers.
They have a
You're
good
saying
defense. They have
who's gonna lock down the wide receivers? Steven Nelson, Joe Hayden, Micah Fitzpatrick. Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
Over.
Vikings.
And then you have TJ Watt rushing you.
TJ Watt.
Vikings.
Where is
Maybe
it?
Win.
Where is it?
It's in Minnesota.
I could say that they beat them. I could see that.
I say they win.
That's a coin flip.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's a coin flip.
They
That's
win.
We'll give it to them. That's a win.
Ravens they lose. God.
Lose.
Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Bengals they win. They win.
They win the Bengals. Yeah.
Okay.
They beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Niners they lose.
Lose.
Eagles, they
And
win.
Giants they win.
Did we do the Eagles? What did
I said
do?
we
Split?
split with the Eagles.
Split the Eagles.
Split Eagles.
Okay.
And then we beat the
9-7,
Giants.
8-8.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God, 8-8, dude!
Playoff Foles, baby.
Wow, Bears. The Bears are gonna make the playoffs, I guess.
Foles.
Bears. I did not realize
Easy
how
schedule,
easy the
dude.
Bears
I didn't-
schedule was.
Playoff
If I knew
Foles.
that,
I
I
did
would have
not
had
see
them
that
winning.
coming. All right, so our final playoff outlook: we have the Saints as the number 1 seed, Seahawks as the number 2 seed, Packers as the number 3 seed, Eagles at 4, Niners at 5, Bucks at 6, and Bears at 7. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
Just saying, that's exactly my prediction. That's exactly the playoffs.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Jeez.
the Bears and the Bucks might have been switched for 6 and 7, but I have them as the same record, so that's pretty much
Wow.
pretty much the
Dang.
same.
That's insane. All right. I mean, I think that's all we got. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure, hit subscribe to ACMi Sports. Go follow us on Instagram at ACMi Sports for more updates on when these podcasts will come up, as well as some fun content that also has to do with professional sports as well as at the high school level of sports. So stay tuned. Our next episode, I think, is going to be the playoff episode, where we'll take these playoff teams that the AFC group and the NFC group gather together, and we will just predict the playoff bracket with those teams. Also, maybe we might have some interviews with players, coaches, maybe at the high school level. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but that idea has been pitched. Also, if you guys have any ideas for future episodes, please leave them in the comments down below. We would love to hear your suggestions on what you want to hear us talk about. And yes, thanks so much for watching. From ACMi Sports, I'm Nick Antonakis.